or you can go to the Facebook page and join our Work in Progress Wednesdays, all the fantastic ins and outs that happen there. It's really great to see all of you guys on the actual chat, sharing your posts, sharing positivity. It's fantastic. You can also join our Discord. We'll post another link after this episode airs. There's a little bit of static in the line. It's probably on me. And then, if you want to help the show out, keep the lights on and everything, because these lights are all bad, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/cosplaystitch, and at $3 a month, we will give you a shout-out on the show. $5 a month, can't still hear anyone other than David. Well,
Oh, no.
balls. Like, okay. I've done what I can. I think, yeah, we can hear
Is
them.
it our mics? Do we need to, like,
Yeah, if you
pop
could
out and in again?
I could hear you guys. I think you guys just need
Okay.
to get closer to your mics.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa,
I can talk
it?
louder.
that's loud for me, that's for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, you're good.
Hello?
Oh, my
gosh.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Here,
Why
I'll
are
just,
you like this?
I'll just lean in real close. Hi, guys.
Okay.
So, we can test one at a time. Can you hear the fire?
They are saying that it is much better.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just keep in right here,
Okay.
real close.
Arch that back all for the next little while.
I know, right?
Okay. V-Fire, Pannon, David. Tell us your cosplay horror stories on our website, on our email, and our Facebook, and Patreon, patreon.com/cosplaystitch. $5 a month gets you the awesome, fantastic $5 D&D live stream that we do once a month. Left it on a big cliffhanger, you guys, and I'm excited for that.
Yay! Our
Ladies
next
and
episode is coming
danger.
out, or our next stream is happening February 7th. So there's still time to subscribe if you want to come and take part.
And if you also want to continue helping out the show, but you don't have the bucks for it, that's totally fine. You can go to Apple Podcasts and Stitcher. These are the things that we would normally edit out of an episode. And by we, I mean I. We will take those reviews. We'll read them on air. We want to give you guys the shout out on the show that you guys deserve.
Hooray! So I guess that's it for announcements. The rest of the episode is really just going to be our questions that you guys have sent us in. We wanted to do an Ask Me Anything. So no topic too strange or taboo. And to get us a little bit ready to answer any question ever, we wanted to do some cosplay Never Have I Ever. So the way this game works is we say never have I ever, and if you have done the thing, then you take a drink.
Okay. I suck at this game. I really do.
Okay. What's everybody? I know it's like the adult episode. What's everybody drinking?
I actually want to quickly throw out there before we introduce our lovely drinks.
Yeah.
So I have been sort of drunk once before and
Sort
got
of.
sick. So if I start feeling sick, I will stop.
Please.
Because
Sounds
I
great.
do not know my limits.
Oh no.
And
Mercedes, no.
Yes. So, and I am not about to find out what they are tonight.
Okay.
Valid.
Be responsible. I was going to say before we start, please remember that
Yes.
we advocate to drink responsibly. So be like
Yes.
Mercedes.
And yeah, we're all at home. We're all
Yes.
not doing anything after this. I'm gonna go straight to bed. I still work tomorrow, so like,
Me too.
Yeah. it's great. It's great. Capitalism, love it. So Serena says we'll switch to water V-Fire between every other drink.
I will.
is
I
also
might have
good
to get
too.
up and go get it because I forgot to grab my water, but I
Go,
have a cup
go.
for it.
Go get it. Pannon
get
will
it.
start introducing drinks.
Oh,
Yes.
I poured too much.
Okay, it's okay. So I don't know. Like I talk about this sometimes on the podcast, but I really like mixing drinks. So and like themed drinks, and basically I like playing bartender for my friends, which is sad because I haven't got to do it in a really long time this year. Last year.
Aw, no.
I know, a sad day. So this drink I have in my tankard right now, my sister calls it the Dirty Dante because it's based on the character Dante from Devil May Cry, who is one of my favorite problematic characters. He's a lot of fun. fun, but he has definitely got some problems. So
You're a
this
problem.
is I am a problem. I think I didn't hear that. I hear you just fine. So this one's a Starbucks double shot with a whole lot of caramel vodka. It tastes kind of like a frappuccino. It's really good, but it gives you a little buzz and also the fun stuff. So what do you guys got?
Ooh, that was too much.
Too much
I've
is
not
what
poured
say.
too much alcohol yet. There's
Hmm.
too much grenadine. But there's never too much grenadine. It's so good.
So I'm a
Preface
lightweight.
with- Yeah.
I don't drink ever, cause well, not ever. It's just I don't drink that often. Special occasions, the changeover of power in some places for unknown reasons. So today I am drinking not your father's root beer, and that will be more than
Ooh.
enough to get me tipsy.
That's
Um,
awesome.
So yeah, that
Sounds
is
good.
that is
That
good.
stuff's good. That's good. I should preface with I'm with I am Irish, and I mean my real name is Shannon. I think everyone knows that, but yeah,
What?
it takes quite a bit for me to get tipsy. So I already kind of started pre-gaming before the episode.
I
Makes
knew
us
it.
feel better.
I
I know.
knew it.
I know. It's
Uh,
okay.
I am
Leveling the
new-
playing field.
I am new to drinking, and so therefore, sorry, I'm trying to find my spoon. I am trying new things all the time, and I am going to be doing the red potion. There's my camera. The red potion
Ooh.
from the Legend of Zelda cookbook. Hang on.
Good, good, good.
Oh, I got a fancy one.
Oh yay! Da, 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 da.
Da-da-da-da. So yeah, I'm doing the red potion. The red potion is actually being done correctly. I was gonna try and do the green potion,
Oh man.
but I couldn't find Granny apple syrup, so I just poured
Ah.
more lime in it.
That's as long as it tastes good, that's what matters.
all the lime, and so that's what I'll be trying tonight. Those have like different vodkas in it, and I haven't done a whole ton with vodka, so I'm just gonna see what it's like. And if I end up not liking it, then I will go to my default and I will go grab apple juice and Fireball whiskey.
Oh wow!
Oh.
I like that one a lot.
Oh.
I did not think I would, but I'm like,
It's kind of like apple pie, right?
it's
You
like
s-
apple cider.
You
Yeah,
sound
okay.
so young.
you
I'm
don't
the
have to
baby
warm
of the
it up.
podcast, and you sound so young. I like it. It's great. I don't have any adverse effects from it at all. You monster.
Okay. So you guys ready for some cosplay Never Have I Evers?
Yes, I'm ready to actually never
Okay.
touch this because I doubt that I've lived a very exciting never have I ever kind of life for cosplay.
Nice. Okay. So remember with Never Have I Ever, if you have done it, that's when you drink.
Yes.
Okay.
Have done it. you drink.
I will mention Nipa Dubs cosplay that did like a cosplay bingo that we're using a lot of these from. So kudos to Nipa Dubs.
Love you, Nipa
uh,
Dubs.
Yeah. Let's start with Never Have I Ever Cried Over Cosplay.
Oh, shoot.
No, I'm good.
Hang on.
Really? You've never cried over cosplay?
I like all three of them.
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Green potion, that one.
Uh,
All right. You got it?
Spoonhead
All the
Senpai
time.
just asked,
That's gonna have
do you
two.
guys still do cosplay horror stories? And yes, we do.
Yeah, definitely do.
Oh my gosh, yes, please send them. Send them. I think we got like one.
Nice. Never have I ever burned myself with a glue gun.
Ugh.
That's not even cosplay related. I did that with dice the other day.
That
Oh,
just
really?
happens.
How do
Yeah.
you burn yourself with glue gun doing dice?
So I was trying to make a sprue mold, and I was using hot glue to stick the thing
Like your
down into the
screw.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I just grabbed to the end of the thing where I just poured a bunch of glue on. So yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'm gonna be
Um,
so thrilled, by the way, after the end of this, because I'm gonna be watching Schitt's Creek, and I'm going to be
I love that show.
like,
I have
We'll see.
cried multiple. Speaking of crying, I've cried multiple times over that show. It's
Hey, David
Yes.
is such an adorable guy and needs to be happy.
Oh,
and I
not
love
me.
him.
Oh,
yeah.
that's fine.
You too, but
That's
also
okay.
David on Schitt's Creek.
No, I know what you meant. You can't take it back.
Oh no. Oh, I just want his wardrobe. He's
Oh,
so
his
much fun.
clothes.
Clothes are amazing.
So,
Um,
hi, David.
Let's see. Never have I ever caught con plague.
Actually,
Yeah?
You didn't catch it when we did the podcast convention a year ago?
Oh man.
I remember I caught it, and it was bad. It was
No, I
so
didn't.
bad. Oh, you
didn't
monster.
either. I know,
I'm
that's
learning so much
truly
about
heinous.
Free Fire that I do not enjoy.
I work with. So I'm a school teacher,
Uh-huh.
and I'm around germs all the time.
Oh,
Our
so you have like a really
resilience.
good resistance.
I mean, maybe.
You
Although
hope.
when I
You
do
hope.
get hit, when I do get hit though,
It's bad.
it's a gut punch.
Ooh.
And they're like, "We can't have you out this long," and I'm like, "I can't come in."
Dang it. Dang it. Never have I ever been mistaken for another character while in cosplay.
Oh, all the time. That's a
Yeah.
red potion.
I'm gonna drink to be on the safe side.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say,
No.
what did you get called when you did Michael Carpenter?
Oh, I think somebody thought I was a character from Fire Emblem, to be honest. Like,
Oh,
I think
really?
that's where it came from. I don't know many of the Fire Emblem characters other than the ones in Smash, so
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's fair.
You're like
That's
Fire
fair.
Emblem-y.
The one that like stands out to me was when I had a group of friends doing Fruits Basket. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. But I was doing Hattori, who is like a serious doctor character. And so I had like a doctor outfit and you know,
mhm.
and I had someone say like, "Are you Meraki from Yami no Matsue?" And I was like, "Well, he's a doctor, but he has totally different hair color, like very many long list of things that were very different." And I was like, "No,
But thank
not
you.
that, but it's okay, it's fine, it's fine."
I was
let's
dressed
see.
as Wanderer from Shadow of the Colossus, and was standing there holding my bow at Nihon Matsuri, and this little kid runs up going, "Katniss, Katniss!" And I'm like, I am dressed as a dude with short hair, and yeah, I've got the bow. I'm Katniss for you.
Yeah, bud. Whatever you need, bud.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be Katniss for you, kid.
Let's see. Never have I ever not recognized your friend who was in cosplay.
I
That's a
have a funny story for that one.
I am so guilty of this. Like, someone I have known for years will come up to me in cosplay and be like, "How's it going?" And I'm like, "Do I know you?" Like, I can't put the two things together when they look that different. Sometimes it's not even that different.
That's why I
Uh,
do Emmy Wood.
Somebody said, "Thank God it's not one shot for each instance." And Sadie
It's a pretty
says,
long drink for it, though.
"It's not always people calling you Zelda while in Link."
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Um,
I have
So-
gotten that one.
We were at Anime Bonsai, and I remember, I think it was the first year that we were doing it, because I was handing out the horror story ribbons. And Pannon, you were the only one who had some left, and it was like, I think it was like the first day, and we had just like gone through almost all of them.
Nice.
And so you're like, "Hey, come find me. I'm with the judges and whatnot." And I knew that you were doing Adventure Zone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Excuse
yeah.
me. I told you I'm a lightweight.
Already?
Oh no, not at all. I don't know how to speak the human language or English,
Okay.
like either
It's
or.
okay.
So I go to the judges' space, like they let me in, like staff have to like escort me into the building and verify that I'm not with the competition at all. And I see who I think is Pannon in a large coat with a bit of a hat of some sort, and I go,
Uh-huh.
"Pannon!" And Garnet Runestar turns around, and I was mortified. Oh hey Garnet! Oh man, sorry
You
about
would
that.
be- You would be surprised how many times we have been mistaken for the same person. So
I had no context purely because of the costume, but I was like, Pannon's wearing something from Adventure Zone. Like, yeah, of course.
yeah.
I struggle enough with like even remembering kids' faces that I see every week. And then you get into cosplay and your faces change all the time.
Uh-huh.
I don't know who any of you are.
Mhm.
I know I've met you, but I always forget.
So
That was definitely a glad it's not every instance because I would be really screwed right now.
I
Right?
once did it to X Angel. I was like, "Hey, do you want to be on a thing?"
no.
And then X Angel was dressed as another character, and it just like my mind did not connect the two. And yeah, David, I talked to you yesterday. I was like,
Oh my
"Ah,
gosh.
dang
Oh my
it!"
No, it's so bad. Like sometimes you'll like walk away from the conversation and then it will ping and you're just like, oh my gosh, I just made an out of myself. So I'm very sorry to anyone I have not recognized in cosplay.
I joined the stream as a watcher so I can see the chat too.
Ah, I see. I
It's
see.
fair.
Let's see. Never have I ever crammed as many people as you can into a hotel room at a con.
Guilty.
I am also guilty of this.
I am
I
boring.
do not do it anymore. I do
Mm.
not do it anymore.
No, I'm too old for that. I want my own bed.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I can appreciate that so much. I love having so much space.
Mm-hmm. That was in the days of youth.
You
Uh,
no, having
and
space is nice, and like with
yeah.
less people, it means that you can actually have the quiet time that you need. You can be like, I get to the room between noon and 1, and
Mhm.
nobody gets to walk in on me because I'm going to have quiet time.
Yeah.
I am an
Yeah.
old person, and I need
Mhm.
it.
Well, that kind of segues into another one I wanted to do. Where did it go? Giving up on your never have I ever given up on wearing a cosplay halfway through the day because it was exhausting.
Dude, I didn't even make it into the convention with Calhoun.
Oh no!
I was putting on her in the parking lot for Anime Bonsai. Drinking for that one. So, putting her on the parking lot for Anime Bonsai. I'd only worn her one full time before at Salt Lake Comic Con. So, at Anime Bonsai, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wear her. It's gonna be great. I'm putting on the pieces, and I'm like, it was so hot in her costume. So I only went into Anime Bonsai with half the costume on, and then about partway through the day, I was like, screw it, and I got rid of the rest of it.
Oh, totally.
It was built to like come apart, so it still looked like a costume, still looked like something Calhoun would wear. But I was like, I'm so done with this outfit.
Oh man. So a few years back, it was super fun, but I got to be one of the like official JoJo characters for the release of the Eyes of Heaven game. So I was like very stoked about that.
I can't imagine why.
I know. I was like, I get to be like the official Caesar and Jotaro, and it's so cool. But to do those characters, I had a muscle suit that I made, and the con I was doing it at was Anime Expo, which is always 4th of July weekend in Los Angeles, which is very hot. And
one day I'll experience it.
Yeah, they're like over 100-degree temperatures, and I got into Caesar, I think, the first day, and I finished my shift at the booth, and I thought I was going to go to a gathering after, and I was just like, no, I am done. I am done. I am done. I am getting out of this right now. So, yeah. But yeah, I've had many an uncomfortable cosplay. Let's see.
You're like, I'm done. No thanks.
So,
do we want to answer a few questions?
Yeah, let's do a few questions. I have some that have been pre-written by you guys on our Facebook page and on our awesome Discord, and like even people started answering the question with each other on Discord. That was really cool to see. Also, we have been posting a lot of the Bernie chair memes, so that's another reason to join the Discord.
I've been having
oh my gosh,
so much fun with that. Actually,
one of the first ones I saw was like Anime Los Angeles sitting in an Artist Alley booth, sort of.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Amazing.
Speaking of Schitt's Creek, I really like the one where he's like included with the family picture.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this one is from Summoner Doormat on our Discord. What motivates you to do a makeup test?
Oh,
Gerard
man.
Way.
Aw, love him.
I just want to be as pretty as him someday, so that I need to get that eyeshadow and the blending he's got. That's my goal.
So that's partially like what inspires my usual like makeup look, because I've got like the red eyeshadow, the dark brows, the like really black liner. So I love my emo phase makeup. What inspires me to do a makeup test?
Panic.
Panic?
Panic? No, really, like
I never makeup test
oh
before a
no.
convention
Oh.
because I run out of time, and if I do have time, I'm panicking, going, "Is this gonna work?" Like you should have seen me at Yellowstone.
Oh
right.
no.
He has a ton of freckles, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this looks horrible.
Oh
What am I
no.
doing?" Oh, it
Toothbrush.
looked terrible in person.
Oh.
But in the photos, it looks.
Yeah, your
Good,
Instagram
good.
looked
person,
great.
I look sick.
Good, good, good.
Good.
I look like
For-
I'm dying.
For freckles, I love to use like a toothbrush and then a shade of like acrylic paint watered down that's like a few shades darker than your skin tone. And then you just flick the toothbrush and they get like kind of a natural. Sorry, I do have a lot for Prompto.
I love this, and wish I'd done that. I used an eyeliner that was
Yeah.
brown, and I was
Uh-huh.
like tap 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 tap. Oh, don't make them even. Oh,
Yeah, like
that one looks bad.
you never
Oh,
want to
oh.
look too even.
Now
But-
I've muddied my foundation again.
Dang it. Well, the funny thing is, like, I have some really light freckles in real life, so it's like I'm covering up my freckles with my makeup, only to reapply new freckles over the.
Sorry,
Anyway.
I was saying that she loves watching me panic in her bathroom when we're going
Nice,
out. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that's me. I'm just like,
So what
This is like,
inspires
I
me to
don't know.
do a makeup test is usually like it gets me excited to do the cosplay itself. Cuz one of the first things I'll usually get is a wig, and I'll want to be like, okay, how do I feel as this character? Do I like the look that I can get with a makeup test enough that I want to finish the costume, sort of a thing? And sometimes the answer is no. But I don't know, it really helps me get some direction for like how I
Sure.
think I will look as the character when the costume's done,
Mhm.
which it can also be helpful in like the way you initially do your makeup may not be the way you want your finished makeup to look. So like I know with Prompto, several of the selfies I did when I first like finished my wig and was taking them are not the same as what I do when I actually do the cosplay at conventions, or did at conventions, because there was so much I changed about the way I do my eyebrows and the way I do my eyeliner and the way I do my freckles, and it's really good for learning, especially if you're doing
Mhm.
a character that has a lot of, I don't know, like I don't want to say changes to your facial features, but has like extreme makeup. Like if you're trying to do a much more masculine character or a much more feminine character where you're changing, I guess the way you normally do your makeup.
Mhm.
It's always good to do some tests, and it can be really fun, and it can also be like a huge confidence booster, because like if you are feeling like wishy-washy about how it turned out and you post pictures and people are like, that looks amazing, you're like, oh,
Yay!
I want to keep going and do the thing. So yeah.
On Facebook, Robert Lane says, "What was the most difficult thing for you to learn to do for cosplay, and how did you tackle it?"
Oh
still
geez.
makeup.
Uh,
The way I tackle it is just run into my face, straight into the makeup.
Oh man.
Beautiful.
No, I'm just kidding.
Trying to
Uh,
think of what's the hardest thing.
Doing it.
Armholes.
Getting started. That's the hardest thing for me.
One of the hardest things was learning to use Thibra, because I had never done it before, and I was doing it for Sidon like a few days before the convention that we were going to compete with them in.
That sounds
And
dangerous.
it was not a fun experience. Would not recommend. And Thibra is very different from Warbler, and I learned that in the hardest of lessons. That was a two-part question. What was it was what was the hardest skill?
And how did you overcome it?
Oh,
Yeah.
how did you overcome it?
How did you tackle it?
By a lot of crying and a lot of burned fingertips
Valid.
and a lot of like learning to use tinfoil as like an inside base for some props so that you don't have the weight of the thermoplastic on the outside. Like, so you don't have like a whole thick thermoplastic. It's just on the outside.
Where would you recommend someone go to learn to sew, woodwork, or any other cosplay making skill? Honestly,
Oh, man.
find your local community webpage or something and see if there is. We're lagging out a little bit here. See if there is a like class for sewing, for woodworking, something along those lines. That's gonna help out a lot.
Yeah. I'm so jealous of some of the cosplayers in Las Vegas because Jez Roth opened an academy that like he will teach you hands-on how to like build better cosplay and like the ins and outs of so many different things, and he just has an academy there, and he's an amazing cosplayer. But yeah, if you can't get out right now, which is most of us, YouTube is a great resource. Like so many things is just like a Google search. I just Googled it.
You can find even Twitch streamers that'll share like
Yeah.
tutorials and like how they're building something, and yeah, a lot of just like talking to your local people, asking them about stuff is good stuff.
Honestly, yeah, like it's not really much deeper than that. And like I love our Facebook community too because people are so willing to share their knowledge.
100%.
And among other cosplayers, you're going to find people who have run into problems you're probably facing right now, and you can find out how they overcame them, which is awesome.
It's super awesome. Like, I don't know, I love our community. Like, there's so many people out there that are willing to lend a hand, offer new tips and tricks. I had someone reach out just recently, actually, as I was posting pictures of Ikri's headpiece. Like, how did you do that? And I was like, I used, expanded PVC, Sintra specifically. And they're like, oh, that's really cool. What is that? How do you do that? And I just dumped information. Then I was like, I should probably make a video of this. So I might try that sometime.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Do we want
a new
more question
in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Question in the chat.
Yeah.
Jeezy Dr. Forev. I'm guessing on that.
Your guess is as good as mine. Let us know if we're
Yeah.
saying it wrong.
Yeah. If a character you want to cosplay has a one-piece outfit, do you alter it into a two-piece so you can use the bathroom? Depends, but like I usually do. Or like I'll find it like if they have a belt going across like their waist, it'll be a two-piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find a way because going to the bathroom is important to me.
Oh man.
Okay.
Well, like, okay, here's one
If it's like
where...
I know I'm gonna wear it just on stage, then I'll be like, nah, screw it. Could be all one piece.
So I thought I was being super clever when I made a sailor suit for Sailor Jupiter.
Okay.
When I was doing a set of, like, I had some friends doing the Eternal Sailor Senshi group, and I got to be Jupiter because I was super tall. And I love Jupiter so much. Sorry, my brain just got behind where the rest of me is. But with a lot of these leotards, you do snaps in the crotch, which I was like, that'll make going to the bathroom super easy. But I also forgot that I was wearing so much shapewear and corsets and everything that I couldn't reach the snaps. So it made for like the most, like I could go to the bathroom, but I had to ask somebody to help. It was awkward times.
You pray you're real friendly right then. Like you have some real close people.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
So
we've had some tough discussions, and I'm gonna ask you a tougher question right now.
Oh no. Well, it's
Um,
funny because like one of the never have I ever's was going to be never have I ever worn something I couldn't go to the bathroom in. And the answer is yes, I have.
thinking about my costumes so far,
There
and
we go.
I realize I probably should plan an exit strategy for my Hollow Knight cosplay.
Yes. Plan, and I like that, an exit
An
strategy.
exit strategy. All right, so this is just generic, general. Favorite fanfic or current fiction?
Oh man, I was hoping to be more drunk when this question came up.
We can come back to it. Like we got plenty. All right.
Like I have so many tabs open on AO3.
What's the funniest thing
Oh.
you've ever seen at a con? That's from Lynn Aaron
funniest
Thompson
thing.
on Facebook.
Oh man, the funniest thing I've ever seen at a con. It's probably not going to be the funniest thing I've ever seen at a con. It's going to be the first thing I think of that was funny at a con. There's a lot of like dead air that you don't hear
Yeah.
in the episode.
Yeah.
What was the question? I was tweeting.
Funniest thing you saw at a con?
Funniest thing I've seen at a con.
Yes.
Oh. Hang
There's
on.
always like I think the first time that I went to
So-
Bonsai was like in 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. Probably 11. And I remember like just like the first actual cosplay thing that I saw, and it was like some guy dressed in one of those like quick buy costumes of Ezio Auditore and then also Deadpool, and they were duking it out, and like this is the first thing
Oh
that
my
came to my mind, and they weren't actually like coming to blows or anything, but they were just like having a fun time, like just I don't know, play fighting with each other.
Having a good time.
Having a good
Uh-huh.
and no, that was just kind of like, this is hilarious. This is the strangest thing, and I'm so kind of like excited for this.
Yes. One of my favorite things to see at I don't know like if there's a specific instance. I know Thai Mini Cosplay had done this, I think. I'm sorry, Thai Mini, if that's wrong. But like
I love-
having the little like power wheels, Jeeps and things like that with like Jurassic Park on the side and dressed as Jurassic Park characters and just like in these little itty bitty cars. I've seen people do them for like Mario Kart too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love the like little itty bitty Power Wheels cars, and seeing adults in those is amusing to me, I guess.
Sadie says the Gaston at Denver Comic Con, who was in
Yes!
character the entire time.
And never
Ooh,
broke
nice.
character, and it was beautiful.
GZ Dr. Forev says, I saw a dude dressed as Chun-Li from Street Fighter. It was more acceptable for gender bender cosplays now, but at the same time, it was kind of funny. Yeah, that's fair. It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. That's fantastic.
I was gonna say, I love like good pun costumes.
Yeah.
But also, I love the simplicity of just like, this guy was just the Triforce. Big,
amazing.
giant cardboard Triforce with legs. Walking
yeah.
around the convention. It was great.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I wish there had been a con back when my sister and I dressed as the Two Towers from Lord of the Rings, because that's one of my favorite like joke cosplays. And it only ever saw like the midnight premiere of the movie.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know. I have pictures. I think I've shared them before though. You guys ready for some more Never Have I Evers?
One
Jaguar
quick-
Quint's got a good question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever forgotten that you were in cosplay while doing normal things out in public?
Actually, no, because I don't do normal
Oh,
things out in
man.
public when I cosplay. And if I do, I am very aware of being in cosplay, going
Yeah.
through the shopping mall, going like, I just need milk. Please don't look
Yeah.
at me.
That's one of those like I am like very self-conscious sort of person, so I have a hard time forgetting I'm in costume unless I'm very drunk. I
You can't guess it,
know.
but I'm drunk.
I know.
No. No, you can't.
I think this one
Bannon.
time It was at Non-DesCon, which is the one that we all went to, but it was a couple years before. And I was doing Sanzo from Sayuki with some other characters in a Sayuki group. And it was like the last day of the con, so it was kind of like the Dead Dog Day anyway. And we had like met up in somebody's room just to do like card games and have a few drinks and hang out. And since it was the Dead Dog Day, that was still like early afternoon when we were drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to all like stagger over next door to the Noodles and Company. And I have to say I wasn't very like aware of like, oh yeah, I'm in costume. It was just kind of like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do this. Good times.
When I was doing my Captain America cosplay, my pre-serum Steve, it looks pretty official. Like it's got the right shade of brown, and I even got like the official name tag that would go on the shoulder and on the just above the breast, and had the American flag and like everything. And I remember I was walking into the con, and I was by myself, and somebody came up to me and thanked me for my service. And I was like, no,
Oh no.
no, I'm cosplaying. I'm heading towards the convention. And it was almost sitcom-y-esque, you know, where like there's just this one little mishap, and if they had like 30 seconds to explain, it would have been totally fine.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy almost like ran away and like, oh, thanks for your service, and then like, wait, no, I'm not an actual.
Oh no. Oh boy. All right. You ready for some
hang on,
Never
hang on,
Have I's
couple-
or one more
couple,
question?
Couple of fun comments actually.
Okay.
We got nothing makes me happier than seeing folks in cosplay on public transportation headed into the cons by Vita Von Doom. Yeah, I've been one of those people.
I was gonna say that's another one of my Never Have I Ever's is doing it on public transportation.
We'll still do that one.
Okay.
And then Sariana has to embarrass me again about the time. She's like, funny moment with her was with a friend doing a cosplay music video with a beautiful Zelda shot, and me the fire biffing it in the background because I tripped over a sign trying to get out of the shot. And
they are beauty.
If you
they
have
are
that
grace.
footage, I want it.
I think I was gonna say I know that's the one when Hina was recording it, huh?
Yeah, Hina was the Zelda, and I want that footage of me just Link in the
Heck
background
yeah.
going, "Oh crap, I'm in the shot, run!"
Oh no. Oh
yeah.
no.
All right, couple Never Have I
Okay.
Ever's.
Okay,
Let's do
so
it.
I guess we'll do cosplayed while on public transportation.
All the time. For a college student,
Yep.
gotta
Yep,
take
yep.
advantage of that. Public transportation.
Never-
One of the like most horrifying one was when I was in like a really short skirt and I didn't have any friends with me and I got a lot of creepy people and it was not fun.
No thanks.
Never have I ever done a cosplay because of a bet. Done a cosplay because of a bet.
Have I? See, it's like bad that I'm drinking now because I'm like, I don't remember. Have
You
I
don't
done
remember.
a cosplay because someone?
Siriana,
I feel like I've done one because of spite before, but not because.
Oh, I
Does
should have
it
written that one
count, or
down.
Does Siriana, does it count if like you tell me no, I don't think you can make it in time, and I go want to bet?
That totally
I mean-
counts. That totally
That's-
counts.
Then
Then
yes,
Then.
okay.
She just replies, "You have."
Nice.
Okay.
That was like my gold tier, so like feel free to skip me.
Mercedes, do you want to do them? Have you got some Never Have I Ever's for us?
I have been working for 9 hours today and
Okay.
was not able to put any down because I was doing inventory. And
Fair enough.
That's okay.
had
Cosplay
to
spite and
that there's
stream.
More than one.
So I'm gonna be
the back.
mean. I'm gonna be mean and say, never have I ever forgotten to eat at a convention.
Mm. Have to
Just a
drink the whole
convention?
thing for
At
that?
just a convention?
Right? What about while crafting?
Crafting?
Or just living life in general?
I was about to say existing.
You want to
yeah,
do one,
that-
David?
never have I ever walked into a room confidently to be very wrong about the room I'm walking into, cosplay or otherwise. Like
so many times.
I'm not confident when I walk into a room.
oh, honey. Oh.
Oh no.
Am I going in the right place? Because I'm just always lost. You can ask Sadie.
I think I told the story of the time I was drunk as Princess Euphemia, and I had to pretend I was confident about the event I was helping with, because nobody else was there yet who was like the main showrunners for it. But I was really early because I am like a little bit obsessive about being on time for things, and I show up early to things. But yeah, that was.
You're like the one person.
No, there are people like me. They are timely.
Never
punctual.
have I ever been an hour or more late for a cosplay thing.
I have not.
All the time.
Gamer Otaku says
Kimi,
V-Fire
Kame,
V-Fire is
huh?
just the continually lost anime character.
I am.
How personal do we want to be?
Do it.
Okay.
Bring it on. Bring it
Oh,
on.
dude,
So-
X-Angel, I love that.
GZ Dr. Forev says, how about never have you ever been romantic while in a cosplay outfit? And I feel like that's the most PC way of being asked, because I know that question came across my mind a couple of times. So, never have I ever been romantic while in cosplay.
David.
I am a happily married man.
Nice.
I will not stand for your judgment, and I'm polyamorous. Why would I?
It's more that like I don't like hardly date at all, So plus I work so hard on the costumes. I'm like I wouldn't. I don't know how okay I would be with like the dry cleaning that might come after. So
I think that's a totally valid
Demi.
reason.
no, but I have friends who do, and they have a lot of fun. So like,
Yeah.
shoot your shot, do your thing.
I'm Demi, so I guess I just have to find the right costume.
There you go. There you go.
And I haven't yet, so no.
Let's see.
Never have I ever
Yeah.
cut away from myself, but towards my thumb or other body part, because you are cutting away from yourself, but then you still cut yourself because you cut towards your other body part, holding down your prop or something. I've done that.
I did that with dice like the other day.
There you go. That
Okay.
counts.
X-Angel says V-Fire should be Zoro and Panon should be Sanji from One Piece, and then David can be Luffy. I think I'd
I
pull
have
off a pretty-
cosplayed. I have cosplayed Sanji from One Piece.
I am down for this because I love swords. Let's do it.
Okay, my drink is empty, so give me a second.
Okay.
How many Mississippis? I'm gonna put in 3.
One Mississippi? Two
Mississippi? 2 Mississippi.
That was a long one.
3 Mississippi.
And
That
2
was a
shots
really
of vodka.
long-
Glug, 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 glug. Make sure I'm gonna stop everybody and get you guys some water. Drink water real quick for me.
Spilled a little.
Okay,
So-
I go grab water.
Go.
That's
Oh
what this cup's
no.
for. Gonna go fill it up with water. I'll be back.
Okay.
See, it seems like a lot, but it's not really. That just makes me sound drunk and stupid. But it seems like a lot, but it's not really.
It seems like a lot.
It's like this much rum to this much Dr. Pepper, so.
Vindicta says she's drunk. She doesn't know how long a Mississippi is.
Oh my gosh. You know what, though? I have surprisingly good sober face. The number of times people have talked to me at a convention and been like, oh yeah, and thought I was sober, and I was very not.
I'm
Or at
doing
least
hard
in my
stuff.
head, they didn't know. Now I'm like, did they know?
What'd you say, Mercedes?
Sadie's saying that I'm doing hard stuff, and is it?
If you're doing vodka, yeah, that's hard stuff.
Yeah, even with mixers.
Oh, okay.
So slow.
Most cocktails are the
awesome.
hard stuff.
Slow yourself down a
I'm
little bit. Smaller
learning.
sips. Smaller sips, dear. All right.
But the
Another.
red potion tastes so good.
Okay.
Calm down.
I got
Arnie.
my rum and coke or rum and Dr. Pepper.
Okay, so we did romantic. I already asked that one. Ooh. Never have I ever been stopped by security for a prop.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I forgot to get peace bonded one time. That's the one
Oh.
thing. Also,
Yeah.
because during the winter times, I'll walk around with a cane occasionally. And I went to Salt Lake Fan X, and they're like,
Mm.
that is a prop. I was like, no, I need this to move. Well, we need to peace bond it regardless. I was like,
Well,
all right,
it's a
fine.
cane. It's
All
a...
right.
God.
Ugh. Let's see. Never have I ever.
David is a good mom friend.
Thank
Never
you.
have I ever repaired my cosplay at the convention.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Ugh, as it dribbles down my face. Let's see. I'm definitely starting to feel it. Never have I ever. I'm gonna do this one because it's definitely true. Never have I ever won absolutely nothing in a cosplay contest.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Say that one
Gotta
again. I'm
start it.
sorry.
Never have
Sorry.
I ever walked away from a contest with essentially nothing. So,
Won absolutely nothing in a
There we
cosplay
go.
contest.
much
Well, I
more-
haven't entered,
I love
so.
Aha!
So I feel like that happens in more contests than you win, like especially when you're starting out. So
Oh, yeah.
Nothing ventured,
All-
nothing gained.
all of your favorite cosplayers with their fancy big costumes that are in master level, they have walked away from contests winning nothing. So there's my alarm clock. Hold on.
Never have I ever accidentally sworn while recording. Yeah, that's right.
Way to call me out.
It's
I
not
got-
because
I got a
just-
drink,
I
too.
Don't. I just don't swear. It got like
Yeah, that's-
programmed out of me as a child.
That's David calling me out.
No, that was Sadie.
Nice.
That was
nice.
Sadie's question.
Sadie also asks, never have I ever set myself on fire while cosplaying.
I lit my sword on
I
fire.
can't say I've done that one. I have used fire as a like stage prop thing. Like I had a little like sleight of hand, like snap your finger. It was for like Roy Mustang
could-
and whatnot. You snap your fingers and it makes a fireball.
Yeah, I could say.
But I haven't lit myself on
I
fire.
Plus that one to say, never have I ever set myself on fire while crafting. And that's a whole nother story because I have.
I
I
don't
have
think I have.
not done that.
Yeah. I spilled hot molten metal on myself.
Oh yeah, I
I
remember that
remember.
story.
Yeah, my shoe is
Yeah.
on fire. It was great.
Um,
Drinking
never-
water, too.
Gamer otaku. Never have I ever gone an entire episode without saying sorry, David.
Oh man.
Oh no, she's dying.
Don't inhale water.
I'm gonna say I have because there were days before David that I made it through an episode without saying sorry, David.
Did it pick up like right that early? Like, I don't think it picked up that early because those first few episodes, there were definitely like
Yeah.
could like eye contact as I'm sitting on the floor in your apartment, hunched
I
over my little
know.
sound
Oh my
recorder
gosh.
because the space just wasn't big enough,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's just us like trying to be like, we're professionals.
and like me still way too timid to be like, yeah, I would like to sit on the chair, please.
Oh no. It's like the early days of Magnus Archive when they just
Yeah.
have like a duvet over their
duvet
head as
over
they're recording. Yes.
No,
know.
no, yeah, I'm confident there are some episodes at the very beginning because that didn't happen until a little bit later. I think it actually happened when you guys started doing more remote stuff and like recording with your phone and like, oh, sorry, David,
Yeah.
could you edit that out? And then like as just a note.
Yeah. So now we know the origins of the sorry David.
There you go.
Let's see.
Never have I ever
Yeah.
given up on a costume or project halfway through.
Oh man, I have many a project.
I was gonna say, look at this room. There's a couple in there somewhere.
I actually just, I'm gonna bring my thoughts back so they make sense. So, with our cosplay campaign, there was a holiday called Last Lights that David put in our holiday episode.
It was so cute.
And you give away like things you're not doing anymore or don't want anymore or just want to move on past. And I actually like took that to heart and cleared out a lot of things in my closet this year. So yeah, I got rid of a lot of like half-made things that I'm like, I have no drive to finish this, and it makes me feel guilty when I see it, and I'm just gonna put it in either the DI or the Goodwill or the garbage.
That makes me so happy. Like, that stupid little
Yeah.
game that I play with you guys inspires
Yeah.
people. That's
No,
wonderful.
it was really good advice. So I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Is inspiring. I would have done
Um,
it, but I had to finish Ikri, and you see the state of my life.
Yes.
Sadie says, never have I ever done multiple panels during one convention.
Oh, that's not fair.
I think you've attended most of those, Sadie.
Oh yeah. Well, she's the one who, like, I always add her on as a panelist when I do mine, because, I lost my train of thought. I always add her on because I need her to keep me on the train of thought. There we go. Oh yeah, I did not plan that.
Nice.
Jaguar Quinn is referencing in chat the thing where Monster will take all your old cosplays. Because Monster actually was I took that straight from Jaguar Quinn's game. She was telling me about her
nice.
game a little bit. I was like,
Aw.
I love this character. I love this voice. Can I steal this? Yeah, by all means.
Aww,
I think
that's
that's
so
how it
cute.
happened.
So
I think that's how
cute.
it happened. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Amazing.
Ugh.
Let's see. Never have I ever forgotten a piece of your cosplay at home.
Don't call me out.
Oh, I'm
I
gonna.
am calling myself out.
I am calling you out.
David stares close at me.
Yeah, halfway.
Loud obscenities halfway to frickin' Denver.
Just this like audible thunk to the head, followed by F. What? Like, we're driving, it's dark outside, like, we hit.
Middle of the conversation, just stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever forgotten. Like, all my cosplays have been pretty small so far, so.
Hmm.
Yay.
Thank you to
I'm
my
gonna do.
D&D group being amazing and shipping my costume to me.
I'm gonna do a sort of sad one.
Okay.
Never have I ever been criticized for cosplay.
Oh. Yeah.
Which,
Actually, no. My Captain America one, like, your haircut's wrong,
oh,
Rude.
right?
I feel like it's like almost every other or every cosplay. There's always someone that has to say something that is better left unsaid. So,
Black
I'm
Magic
just-
Cat says it's great when you're on the airplane to the con and then you remember. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
that's
so sorry
the
for interrupting.
worst. The worst.
For your eyes just do this.
Okay, let's do one more never have I ever, and then we'll do a few more questions.
Okay.
Never have I ever performed a skit with a musical number.
Performed a skit with a musical
What do you mean by musical number? Like
You have, because
musicals?
we did that Hey Brother
Oh yeah, that's right.
Legend of Zelda one.
Like as an actual song. Okay.
Like a song.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do some questions.
number. All right.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit slurry here.
Flurry. Sakura. Rogan? I'm so sorry. I probably wouldn't have gotten that, like, good if I was sober. Have you guys never had the right tool you need to finish a project? Sewing, power tools, etc.? Yes! I feel like that's
Yes.
like no matter
all
what.
the time.
I
All the time.
abuse the tools I have because I'm like, I don't have this one. Well, this one will sort of do the job, and I really
Mhm.
shouldn't do that.
One of the most heart-wrenching is when you've spent hours doing something without a tool that does it in seconds. And it
hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts. Because there are definitely ways to do it without said tool, but it would have been so much easier with that tool.
Yeah, like, and I feel like that's the whole point of cosplay sometimes is like doing it with the bare minimum that you have available.
Oh yeah.
There are some like actual metalsmiths that I watch of like, yeah, instead of buying an actual lathe, I just reconfigured all of this stuff with a power drill and and
Reconfigured.
that put everything together. And it's like people of true talent, smarter than I.
Aw.
Let's see. What unconventional tool have you used in place of the correct tool? Follow up from Jaguar Quinn.
Too many.
Usually like my hands because because a lot of the stuff I do is like sewing. So I used to gather everything by hand, and I still do to a certain extent, but when you can use a gather foot, it makes things so much easier. Same for like embroidery. When I've had to do satin stitching by hand, it's
working at the sewing place that shall not be named. I got real good at just being like. Now I can like ruffle like crazy.
Yeah.
Dun.
So yeah, ruffle foot. Get a ruffle foot if you can.
The reason I have so many scissors is one, I lose them all the time, and two, I will get a pair of scissors and be like, these are for fabric only, and then not.
I feel like a lot of mine are
I've
like
changed
sanding
yeah.
tools with props.
I
Like,
have used.
there are so many. There are so many I just don't have, so I end up sanding things by hand. And then you could have used like a belt sander or like a little file or like whatever and done it so fast, and it sucks.
I have used the sidewalk
Just saying something.
the hardest grit, like 60 grit, 80 grit, that kind of like super rough.
Kind of brilliant.
Something.
That's kind of brilliant.
I sort of be like, this is taking forever. And I looked at the ground and I was like,
This is sand. The ground is sandpaper.
it is sandpaper. I mean, when people land on it, it hurts. And they lose their face.
You will sand your knees.
I like how that was the extreme that you went to. They lose their face.
Yeah. I have also used Rasp to create that first sword that I did, Pannon, the sword for Wanderer. You and Melissa during that contest when I first met you guys. You guys were like, "Oh my gosh, she did this all by hand. It took forever." You can do that with a belt sander or with a router so much faster.
Real quick, Annie Jess 3, thanks for the follow.
I love Annie Jess.
Okay, so now that we're a little bit more toasty, what is your favorite show or movie you could watch on repeat? And that's from Dominique Hall on our Facebook page.
Oh my gosh.
Demon Slayer.
Probably The Untamed. Because I've watched it almost like 7 or 8 times now on Netflix.
Castlevania for
and
season.
I don't regret it.
Certain episodes of season 2.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh,
turn that movie on anytime.
Dude, I wrote 3 papers on that in college, because it was assigned for 3 different classes, and I was tempted to use the same paper, but you're not allowed to do that.
So I have like the unpopular opinion where like I like most of the characters in Scott Pilgrim, but I don't like Scott, so I have a really hard time watching it because I just get so mad at him.
They're all terrible people. Don't get me wrong. They're all terrible people. And like Brian Lee O'Malley makes it a point for you to know as you're reading the comic that they're all terrible, except for Knives, who has a heart of gold. Knives Chow,
I love Knives.
Best character. She is
precious.
future wife.
Yeah.
So precious. You don't tell your wife that now.
Like I still have fun watching it, but every time it's the same problem I have with like Ready Player One, where like I think it's a really fun story and I like all the side characters, but I hate the main character. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
honestly, I liked the movie so much better, except for
Oh, yeah?
the freaking Nickelodeon ending.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen the movie.
I'll have you watch it, and then we'll sit down and we'll discuss
Okay.
the alternate ending that Chris came up with that would
Oh.
be so much better.
Oh, good.
Other than the, he got punched in the face. Ugh.
I'm trying to think of like what are my other like go-to things to watch when I'm cosplaying or not cosplaying when I'm con crunching. I watch a lot of musicals. Shocking.
Oh my gosh, what?
Well,
So
okay,
it-
but like what musicals are we talking? You have a
oh my
Disney
gosh.
Plus account. Have you watched
Okay.
Hamilton yet?
I have not watched Hamilton yet. I haven't watched anything on the Disney Plus yet. I do watch a lot of Disney musicals though when I'm crafting because my two favorite Disney movies are Tangled and Lilo and Stitch. And I like Frozen also and Frozen 2, but those two are my favorite, Tangled and Lilo and Stitch, and I will watch them endlessly. I really like to watch The Greatest Showman recently. Ever After, which isn't a musical, but it's like a fairy tale.
It's so good. That was
so
like
cute.
that was my like this is Cinderella
Yeah.
grown up. Like, I love that.
I
movie.
really like Maleficent. Just because I really like Angelina Jolie.
that is okay.
Maleficent
Sorry.
is my favorite villain, right next to Scar.
Right?
Purely because I relate to Maleficent, and just like I don't want to go, but I'd
Yeah.
like to be invited.
Yeah, yeah.
Like how rude.
And then I will watch all the Batman movies, like all of them.
Are we talking
especially-
1966? Like, or are you emphasizing literally
No.
all of them?
Well, like any I can get my hands on. I have like Batman, Batman Returns, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, Batman like, and then the recent trilogy. Batman Returns is my favorite though because I feel like Michelle Pfeiffer was like this awakening for me as a teenager because I was like Michelle Pfeiffer hot. She's amazing, okay? Like
I'm not denying this. I'm not.
she like actually like learned how to use a whip for that movie. So the scenes where she's like whipping the heads off of mannequins, those are not like stunt mannequins. She's actually doing that because she's amazing. So yeah, Batman Returns is a good one. Plus it's got like the crazy like gothic fun vibes that I really like. So anyway.
So quick catch up in the chat. First of all, Kaylin8. Hi, babe.
Aw.
Panon was the reaction to you talking about musicals. Woo for Musicals says X Angel. Listen to Hades Town. Be prepared to cry.
I want to watch that one.
Kaylin says Lilo and Stitch is a gift to this world. It is.
Yes, it is. It's so good.
And then replies also, Schumacher Batman. Hey now,
Mm.
this is a family-friendly stream. Gamer Otaku says, Maleficent is my favorite too. I wore out the rental tape for Sleeping
Yay.
Beauty as a kid. That is one of the best Disney princess movies in my mind. It's
Yeah.
Tchaikovsky's
it's really
score
Fun.
and-
It's so fun.
and best Prince Philip, best Prince.
Oh yeah.
He
He
is
actually
good Prince.
he actually does stuff like in the sense of not just
Okay,
like
okay,
I
okay,
arrive.
but Flynn Rider.
He's not
Okay,
a
but
prince.
Flynn-
He's not a prince.
I mean, he becomes
True.
one
That's true. Plus, like
after years
Like,
and years.
as I mentioned in the
Years of
Discord
asking.
chat, my major was actually in animation. So that is one I have watched many a time just to appreciate how gorgeous like the backgrounds are, how good the like how smooth
Mhm.
Disney movies are in general with their 2D animation. Yeah,
Going all
I
out with
really
that.
like that one.
Yeah. I love watching Hercules and
Honey, you mean Huncules.
Hercules. And my head is so tipsy right now. Mulan.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
you're
original
gonna start
Mulan.
drinking water, right?
I have already drank all my water. I need to go get more. Also, I need to use the bathroom.
I feel like we need the intermission music.
I like how we all have different interpretations
Yeah.
of. I think you were doing "Girl from Impanina."
Like the let's all go to the lobby.
Oh yeah.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay.
That's my foot.
Nice.
While they are off to the bathroom, I did want to point out that I'm wearing my jackalopes of all.
It's so good.
I can't believe it's lasted so long because it's just
Mine
a fun.
is-
Yes, I love it. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
great. X Angel says my intermission music is the 1993 revival of Into the Woods.
Oh my god.
Oh, we have to wait for Mercedes to get back to let the Bulbasaur talk, apparently, because Bulbasaur is a Pokemon that people, I don't know, weirdly care about.
Oh, weirdly. So, the first time I ever saw Into the Woods, I
Okay.
think it was 2002. A friend of mine took me to go see it, like a live version of it. And I was very young and naive at the time. And they got to the end of the first half, where the intermission is. And I was like, oh, it's just a happy ending for everybody. Are we done? That was kind of a quick play.
There are giants in the sky. That's a great number.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a great number to end on.
And then we get to the second half, and it ends, and I was just like, oh. Reminded me a little. I don't know if all of y'all have seen it, but Princess Tutu. Very similar
No.
with like the first half is all cuteness and light and fairy tales, and everybody kind of gets like a happy-ish ending, and you're like, yay, things are great. And then the second half happens, and you're like, oh, there are consequences for my actions.
Darn you, Sondheim! Gamer Otaku wants to know where you got your tank.
I don't remember right now because I have lost
When
everything.
I'm editing this, I will ping you
but-
and I will have you post about it.
Yes, but the one who linked me to it was the Dark Lord Snicklefritz. They are so sweet and link me to so many amazing things. But they were like, this tank top, you need to have it. And I was like, yes, I do. So, it was very good.
So let's see. Vindictus says mine is Monty Python and the Holy Grail for the movie that could be on all the time. That is a
Nice.
solid choice. This is solid choice.
I have an admission to make about that one. Like, the first time I watched it was, like, in high school, and I didn't, like, I laughed along with it, but I was just kind of like, ha 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 ha. And it wasn't until I had rewatched it a few times that I was like, oh, this is actually pretty funny. Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Jaguar
What's
Quinn.
funny?
Monty Python.
Monty Python
I
and the
love
Holy
that
Grail.
movie. I love that movie.
Jaguar Quinn says Tripod versus the Dragon. I highly recommend that you two look that up. It's on
haven't seen
YouTube.
that.
Tripod is like I don't want to say. You know Garfunkel and Oates, how they do like skit comedy around music and whatnot.
Mm.
That's kind of their shtick. Like they'll have like little bits to do, and they're really great to look up. This is an Australian group, and then they did like this whole performance all around D&D.
Oh, nice.
And so it's the three of them plus and somebody else, another artist, and oh my gosh, it's so good. Music's so solid. The stage design is very unique. Yes.
What's it called again?
On that note, say it
Tripod
again,
versus
David,
the Dragon.
and then I'll-
Tripod versus the Dragon.
You should also, if you have not seen it yet, The Gamers Dorkness Rising is so fun. You have not seen it, David?
I have not
Oh
seen
my
this.
gosh. Look up
think
The
I've seen that one.
Gamers Dorkness Rising. I think it's on YouTube. But it's about a D&D campaign, and it was like one of my first introductions to D&D.
Oh no, this looks
and-
terrible.
It's so funny. It is so funny.
Okay.
And I went to a con and someone was actually like cosplaying as Bard number 47, which you will get later on because they just go through so many bards. In
I
their
love it already.
thing.
It's the drummer from this is Spinal Tap. Like they just keep getting new drummers.
Yeah.
Like they keep
Oh,
dying in
yeah, yeah.
mysterious ways.
Oh my gosh.
That's
So
awesome.
definitely watch that one. It's amazing. Yeah, what other questions we got?
Kung Fury, by the way.
That's your
Kung
go-to.
Fury?
It's a funny one.
Man, that's an old one too.
Sorry,
Yeah.
David.
Hey, my wife is now following us. Finally, we've only been
Yay!
doing this forever. Harsh.
Hi, Kaylin.
I keep hearing my phone go off, and I know it's half people in chat.
Kaylin says because Soundtime wants to just give everyone complicated feelings like that all the time. Yes, he does that well. X Angel says, fun fact, Sondheim didn't intend the second act. He was for Into the Woods, and he was pressured into making Into the Woods longer, so he did, and so he made everyone
Nice.
sad about it.
That's okay.
Summoner Doormat, I'm so sorry, but I just saw your friend request from 3 months ago for Twitch. I'm never on it. I just accepted.
No, I am bad like that too. I see like old friend requests, and I'm like, oh no, oh no,
Oh no,
no, no.
Somebody's on TikTok.
I
No.
Okay,
Compilations all the time.
I really like this question, and I think this is going to
Okay.
be an interesting question
Okay, I'm ready.
because of the fact that we're tipsy. So, thinking
Okay.
caps. If cosplay didn't
gone.
exist, what do you think would be the dominant way you express your fandom, and what would be your primary creative outlet, and why?
See, before I did cosplay, I jumped a lot from medium to medium. I did a lot of I actually ran a webcomic for about 8 years.
Oh dang.
That
Wow.
had a pretty good following. But I kind of just like lost I got artist block pretty bad in the middle of it, and I was doing a story I wrote in high school, so by the time I was getting to the ending, I was like, this story sucks. And then I jumped over to fan fiction, and actually like have a couple of nerdy trophies for my fan fiction that was
That's so
published at a
adorable.
couple of I know that I won awards for at a couple of different conventions. And then I was like, I'm gonna try doing AMVs, and I still have like my little gold Oscar award that I got at NondesCon once. But like I tend to lose interest once I like was like recognized for something. They're like, you're good at this, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna do something else now. So I guess I would still be like pursuing a lot of different hobbies, because that's the thing I like about cosplay is like it's still cosplay, even though I'm like I am learning more about sewing, and I'm learning
Yeah.
more about props, and I'm learning more about performing, and I'm learning more about this and that and the other, and it's all still under the cosplay umbrella.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it holds my
Keeps
interest.
you on your toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ADHD makes you like hyperfixate on a thing, and then you move on from that thing, and you're like, oh yeah, that thing I was
Everything.
interested in a year ago.
Everything.
So yeah,
What about-
that's me. What about you guys?
I'm doing it. I'm doing what I love. Like I'm podcasting and like spending time with people that I really enjoy. I got to meet you two. And like it's opened up so many different opportunities and doors for me. Like
I'm so glad.
I'm doing this voice
Good.
acting thing for Saga. There's a comic book adaptation. If Jaguar Quinn would submit her freaking lines, and I got to do like an X-Men audio drama, and I'm doing like an actual scripted thing, and I get to play God. How often?
Freaking cool.
Like it's so ridiculous. So like I love podcasting. and
Jaguar Quinn is appalled at you.
why are you attacking me? You know what you did. But like I have a whole podcast dedicated to two of the things that I love talking about the most: Dungeons and Dragons and comic books. And like if I'm not talking
Yay.
about one of those two, I'm probably kind of off my game, to be honest, because I literally in my backpack is like a set of dice that I carry with me wherever I go. And like if I didn't have that kind of like, I don't know, cosplay is like the back burner hobby for me right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Mercedes.
Oh yeah, I gotta answer now. Art, and also writing probably fan fiction.
Yeah.
Because I do that a lot with like friends. I did that a lot in like high school and whatnot. I've never actually like put anything online.
Do it. Do it.
What?
Now.
Do it. No,
Now,
you don't
just
want
stop
to.
the podcast and do it now.
Just do it now.
Now.
I do have. I don't know if you guys can see it on my door right there. That is my Legend of Zelda conspiracy hole door. It's eventually gonna have the red like thread going from thing to thing as well.
The timelines.
That's going to happen, and it's going to be a comic format when I'm done, and it's going to be beautiful. But I think I would do that a lot, and also like I love doing art, and I think I would do a lot more like fan art kind of stuff because
You're good at art.
I like to draw.
Sadie asks, if you all were to make another podcast, what would it be?
Video game stuff. I didn't swear.
I have the one I'm working on a script for that I really want to do. It's like a fiction based podcast, so people would be playing parts instead of doing like a fun casual conversation thing. But I really like supernatural kind of fiction and spooky stories, and I love podcasts like Welcome to Night Vale and the Magnus Archives and the Black Tapes and all of those.
You'd make a really good spooky podcast.
So I would love to actually finish a script and do a spooky fun podcast.
Okay, Pannon. We're gonna when we've both got our double shots and we're all set there, we're gonna sit down, you and I, and we're just gonna write. We're just gonna sit in a room and we're gonna write
together. I need
together.
someone to do it with me, because if I don't, I'm not gonna get it done.
We're gonna do this thing. If I can write season 1 and 2 of my thing that I want to work on.
You're a magical unicorn, though.
Gamer Otaku, I've listened to lore. I love lore.
I have not listened to lore.
Sounds fun.
Yes, like Pannon has.
But like, I'm also working on an audio drama thing, and I've officially started recording for it. I have one episode in the can, ready to go, and I've got the second one dialogue finally like edited. And man, I got over hating my voice like editing this stuff pretty easily. But it's like, I sound so robotic in this line. How can I sound any worse? And it's just, favorite video games. Like I overact that final statement of cosplays. I'm Clayface from the Harley Quinn TV show. That's what I am. But I have so many different podcast ideas. I have one that I would like to do about a religious textbook that's prominent here in the state of Utah. I would like to do one about Borderlands. I would like to do one where I just talk at a microphone for 30 minutes.
I will talk Borderlands with you all day long.
Let's see, what else? I want to do like multiple D&D ones, so that's a thing.
Do it.
One of my I want to do like video games and just like the thing is I need to learn more about like tropes and all that kind of stuff, because like I just get into stuff and I'm like, I don't know it's a trope, and I'm just like, I love this thing, and it's like, that's a trope, and it's like, oh, okay. But like the mechanics, dynamics, aesthetics of video games, the why did this make you feel the way that it made you feel in the game, video games kind of stuff, like that's what I studied, and I freaking love it.
Okay, back. Hey guys.
Hi.
One from previously from our comments on our Facebook. Very quick. Oh, never mind. I'm so sorry, you guys. What kind of music motivates you / gets you pumped? That is from Cassie Franklin.
Rammstein.
Wow. That is one of the last things that I expected to hear from you. Du hast mich. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt.
I learned German from him. Also, he speaks very clear German, and
he does.
I love that song is a play on words.
Du bist du sehr, du
I think I'm one of those where it like depends on the day, because I like music that's like all across the spectrum. Right now it's like a lot of Linkin Park because I'm just in that mood.
Oh,
Um,
Our
No,
emo
it's
hearts beat in
I
unison.
have a Pandora
I know.
station that's called Call Out Boy Radio, but it's become more Linkin Park radio.
I when it's not Linkin Park, it's like Chinese dramas. Sometimes I just listen to like chill hop radio because it's just like nice, easy listening background music. And then sometimes when I like need to feel pumped, I will listen to like music I'm thinking of for different skits and stuff. So things like Two Steps from Hell, epic music, all kinds of stuff like that.
David thinks there's dogs behind him.
I
There are
got
dogs
a
behind me.
I
I'm
got a
sorry.
little surprised because it sounded so clear. I was like, is there a dog in my house all of a sudden?
Archer.
I've been really into sea shanties for the past like 4
Oh my
years.
gosh.
Before the whole TikTok thing.
So good though.
So yeah, sea shanties are great, and like they're constantly like at a faster beat. Usually, there's some sad ones, and those sad ones,
Yeah.
again, my emo
Mhm.
heart is so happy about them. But like they're work songs. They're designed to keep you in rhythm and doing something. So
Right.
10 out of 10 would recommend. Mercedes, what's yours?
Archer, you know me.
You're nobody.
Archer.
One of my like big like pump up and like get me feeling like positive. It's just so weird. It's the score. I love listening to their songs and will belt them out at the top of my lungs while looking like a complete idiot. But I love the score.
Just keep doing like the cat bobbing its head to the music thing.
I mean, anything Queen, really. Like, especially the
Oh
Night of the
gosh, yes.
Night of the Opera. Icon works.
Mm.
Night of the Opera.
I want to ride my bicycle.
I
Oh,
want
speaking
to
of
ride
things
my
I
bike.
watch over and over, Good Omens, the TV series.
That is a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to watch it because I just finished
Oh my
listening to the
gosh.
audiobook and I loved it.
It's so good. It's
British
so good.
humor is my jam. I don't care how dry it is
They
hilarious.
do such a good job on it. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Sadie told me that like the pacing's a little better than the book, which I'm like, okay, that'll be nice.
Yeah,
But
I
love
really
the book
enjoyed
regardless.
it. I
Do we wanna-
really enjoyed it.
How are you feeling, Mercedes? Give me like a scale of how sober, drunk. Where's your
How many
stomach at?
fingers?
I'm
Yeah.
happily buzzed. I got
How many fingers?
Okay.
Yeah, don't do that.
I keep taking a few drinks in between, even though we're not
Oh,
like
yeah.
doing
Yeah.
Have I Ever's.
Yes,
I-
British humor is my tea. Thank you, ex angel.
Hey. I mean, I've hit the good spot. Yeah.
all right. Do we want to?
like Tolan, just like being happily buzzed and overconfident in everything that he does.
There you go.
Everything does. All right. So then I will ask a regular question. We won't move on back to Never Have I Ever's. If we're at a good place, I don't want to. I
Yeah.
don't want to screw with
Oh
it.
yeah.
I want to see if there's anything in the chat. You should listen to Decemberists. I do love the Decemberists.
Ooh.
Yes.
I do like
They
that.
are good.
Tea Jam Scones. Okay. They're going off about something else.
Have you guys heard the the Who? It's the
Oh, the
Who-
Mongolian
Who-
death metal band?
Yes, I love them.
It's HU, The Who, HU.
The Who, yes.
Oh, it's so good.
love
They
their
have
music.
this really great like throat singing that they like overlay with their regular singing. I would attempt it, but I haven't had enough to drink.
That's another one I love to listen to.
Um,
Yeah.
Hina is getting me McDonald's when I'm drunk.
Oh, I
She's
want
so
McDonald's.
nice.
Hina, bring me McDonald's. We're
Tina!
practically neighbors. Okay.
I know you guys are. It's not fair. I'm like
Melbourne
way over
Superman.
here now.
Hey,
you.
hi.
Says favorite video games.
Oh,
That question is never fair because there's so many
It's
favorites.
so many good.
I
Okay,
am
wait. Let me guess. Okay, I want to guess real quick.
Mm.
Mercedes,
I've only mentioned it a million times.
yours is clearly going to be Horizon Zero Dawn. I almost called
I'm
it.
ashamed of you.
I was gonna say Shadow of the Colossus.
That was gonna be the
There we
second.
go!
That was gonna be the second one.
That's
I-
the number one. Horizon
Okay.
Zero Dawn and Zelda are like a mix in that middle, like
Okay.
second place.
And
they
then-
fight back and forth, and it's like all of the Legend of Zelda.
And Sky.
That's Sky. Drink. Everybody drink.
Everybody
for
drink because we talked
Sky.
about Sky.
Pan, and yours
Done.
is Final Fantasy 15. Like, that's probably your number one.
Hmm.
You talk about it.
I think Final
more than
Fantasy
most.
in general.
Mm.
But yeah,
I
I could
wanna
talk about
cosplay
15 just because it has a lot of good points, but it also has a lot of shortcomings, and I like that it's flawed as a game, but there are also things I wish it had done, and it's one that like I love, but I could also just talk about for a long time. Whether good or bad, I could just talk about it. I think just the Final Fantasy series of games in general is a top one for me because there's so many Final Fantasy games that I really like.
Final Fantasy 9 every day, all day. My
It's
favorite.
a good
Final
one.
Fantasy.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's good.
Is definitely in my tops. I also really like murder mystery style games. So like investigative visual novel-esque style. So like Danganronpa, Ace Attorney, Umineko, games like that where you're solving a mystery.
Mhm.
I don't know. I really like those, even though they're like more like you're playing through a novel. They're a lot of fun for me because I like suspense thriller sort of stories. And I know, Sadie, I need to play that murder mystery one you sent me, and I'm very excited to.
Oh shoot!
Sadie
just reminded me I need to get my daily quest in Sky done, and now I'm
But yeah.
drunk.
Dang it, Sadie!
Mostly with video games, it totally depends on the genre. Because like if you ask me, your favorite adventure game is going to be different from your favorite like
Sure.
horror
God,
game
yes.
is going to be different from your favorite rhythm
Well-
game is going to be different from your favorite, etc.
Horror game like freaking Until Dawn. Playing
Until
that, by
Dawn
the
is
way,
fun.
in one night with a bunch of friends is hilarious.
It's
like,
really
trying to play
fun.
Until Dawn.
Heck yeah.
Great, and the husband's like trying to sleep.
Okay, who's
and
got
we're
the
screaming at
choppy
each other.
audio?
It's coming from Mercedes. Mercedes,
Sorry,
you bumped a cable or something.
I don't know what I did.
Lean back.
Is it
Check your
better?
cables.
Better?
No, you're still like.
Yeah, you're staticky. You're staticky,
Better?
dear.
Better?
That's it. That's worse. That's slightly better.
That's better. Do a
Yeah.
test.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
You good?
We're good.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Good.
Well,
No, it came back.
I didn't do anything.
It seems like the cable's probably wearing down.
Oh,
I think one of my
this is that
favorite
nice
games.
Microphone you let me borrow.
It's old. At this point, we need to get you a new one. I think one of my favorites is Last of Us for sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I need to
especially-
play that one.
Especially the second one. It is such a divisive like topic. How they both end, and I'm not going to spoil either game.
Thank you.
But like the way that it ends, it leaves a lot of room for debate and questioning, and a lot of people didn't like how the second one ended because they're like, they went all this way and they stopped. What's going on? And you're like, yeah, but like, I feel like so much media is trying to tell us to break the cycle right now. Like, the idea of hatred and holding on to the past and allowing yourself to be caught up in what you thought was important. Heck, even Star Wars covered that in the recent trilogy. I know not a lot of people liked it, but that was one of its main messages. Is like we're too stuck on the idea of what it was to be. Oh man, I'm real gone. I'm sorry.
Love this. I
I'll-
love this. Keep going.
I'll wrap it up. So like having like an actual like message in my video game that was so blatantly like it's more of an experience and a story than it is like, all right, and now that you've had that heartfelt thought, moment, move these puzzle boxes around.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
I think I cried my first time at a video game was Final Fantasy 9 because that ending
Mm-hmm.
so good. And then right now I think one of my favorite games also is Hollow Knight. Like, oh, love me
Mm.
some Hollow Knight. All right.
Nice.
It's so good, yes. All of those are amazing. Starship Damray is another really good one. Real short game on the DS. Just was like a fun little twist at the end. Played in like 3 hours.
I think Danganronpa V3 is one that was divisive with the fan base for me. Well, not for me. It was divisive in the fan base. but it was one where I had to like set down the controller and like pace up and down the hallway for a while and go, they just
Yeah.
and come back to it. But like I ended up like really, really liking it, but I know it was very divisive among the fandom. And I
Sakura
won't say why.
Sakura says, have you guys ever had drama with friends and people while in cosplay, and how did you handle it? I don't have friends, so
I mean, the short answer is yes.
Yeah.
I feel like any convention is going to have at least a little bit of drama. It's just the nature of conventions, especially if there's competition, or people who are struggling to get costumes done, or people who are just overwhelmed by the convention in general. It's a lot.
Strive to be the positivity I want to see in the community, and that's what I do.
Good.
So I just don't give in to the drama.
Yeah. Well, like I feel like a lot of that came when I was young and did things like stuffing a lot of people in our rooms, because the more people that are in a room, the more personalities
stressful.
that are kind of at battle. And you don't really know a person until you've spent a weekend in a
In
convention
their
with them.
Bed. Just kidding.
Ooh. But you really get, what I mean is you really get to know someone over the course of a convention weekend.
yeah.
And sometimes that can be good and sometimes that can be not so good. But like there are a lot of conflicting personalities, and sometimes nerves get frayed and things get said that aren't meant, and so it can definitely be a high stress environment.
Yeah.
So like Mercedes, I try to be I guess a peacemaker.
Yeah,
and
try to be understanding, because like drama doesn't
listen.
happen for the sake of drama most of the time.
Right.
It's people, it's misunderstandings happening. It's people not willing to talk to each other and understand. And so I
Yeah.
try to look at it from multiple points of view. And David, why are you laughing at me?
I'm sorry. I'm a little tipsy.
No.
But I was like, cause your remark of like drama, people don't want to start drama for the sake of drama, and I was like, I know some people who like to start drama for the sake of drama, and
Oh, yeah, there's definitely those out there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swear real quick, so I apologize.
You're doing it on your own.
I know this is all on me, but this is also a reference to our Dread episode that we had back in like 2019.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had the spooky bitches. And so,
Yeah.
you know, some people just want to be drama bitches, and that's it. That's all it is. I'm sorry.
You know,
I'm sorry.
That's
It
true.
took
No,
us
it's
so long
true.
to get here. It's not even funny anymore.
It's funny because it took so long to get there.
I'm so sorry for
That's fun.
interrupting, Mercedes. Please continue.
No,
You were talking
You're
about
good.
drama.
I was like, don't make fun of me.
I wasn't. My brain. Oh no.
No, you're good. There are definitely people out there who do like to do that. But on like the other end of that, a lot of times like they're the minority. And
Yeah.
so you're gonna have people that's just like, it's just because of a misunderstanding, and if we can just talk to each other
Yeah.
and come to an understanding, or even just take that break where it's like, I just need 5 minutes to go and breathe, do that. Be understanding of each other, because everyone's different and we all got our
Yeah.
problems.
For sure. Like, even though I said you don't, like, you really get to know a person spending a weekend with them, you're not always seeing that best self that they like to present.
Yeah.
And, you know, people are usually trying really hard to show that best self. And so try to be forgiving when, you know, because people can't always.
No. Sadie is very supportive of me and has dealt with my meltdowns.
Aw.
Yeah, and like I think even all three of us when we went to NDK
Yeah.
last year, I got frustrated with all of you at some point in time, and like that's not your fault. Like, yes, the thing that you did probably could have been like, yeah, I could talk to you about that, but at the same time, it's like, this is a temporary situation. I don't live with you permanently, ergo, I don't need to have this conversation. Adult. And like I
Adult!
also recognize that like, hey, I'm not also in my best mood. Like I'm not sleeping well. I'm not eating the right amounts of food, let alone healthy food. And like all these other things. And this is also one of the reasons that I was like, I need to go to bed like now. Because like that was the one thing some days I'm just like, no, I got plenty of sleep. I'm fine. I'm feeling good. So yeah, it's all about knowing yourself and like sometimes understanding is this me overreacting, or is this me just having general feelings, or is this something that like is really crappy to deal with?
Or am I hangry?
Yeah, that's true too.
I get hangry.
Okay, I like how all the chat made fun of me for a moment. That was great. Thank you. I love it. Bring it on. Okay. Sailor C cosplay from our Discord says it's often hard for people to get up the courage to cosplay. This one's another thinking cap one. To get up, especially when they don't have the body type as the character. I'm trying to multitask. I'm so sorry, you guys. With body type as the character, what's some ways to psych yourself up to go out and just do the thing?
Pulling up other cosplayers who have done it, who also have those like similar body types. Like there's so many people out there that are always like, Panon, you inspire me, or Garnet Runestar, you inspire me, and it's just like so sweet to see all of that, and like be like, you guys, you're all freaking. I'm getting it's coming to my head. You're all beautiful, and you should do it. And like, I will root you on. Like, find the people that'll help root you on, and like, talk to those who have done it, who've been there, and be like, what do I do? And they'll be like, we love you. Let's do this together. Or I don't know.
Definitely. No, like that's a good point, because one of the things I was going to say is do it in a group. Like if there's a cosplay you're nervous about, do it with a group of friends. And it feels a lot more comfortable and safe when you're with other people who are supportive and cheering you on.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of like Sailor Moon costumes I might not have done if I didn't have friends who wanted to do it with me. And like Mercedes said, be inspired by other people who have done it.
Like you're not
sometimes
alone.
It means a lot to see someone of like your same body type.
Jaguar Quinn said a good thing. They said, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
Yay! Yeah. That's one of my favorite sayings. And not that I expect everyone to celebrate me wherever I go, but like,
but you're so worth it.
People who
you're
are
worth the celebration, Panon.
of the work that
I love you, Panon.
You want people who are appreciating the work you put into things, and yeah, that's more or less what I get out of that. But I lost where I was going. But basically, finding the courage to do cosplays I'm uncomfortable with. You can also edit a costume where it's more comfortable for you to wear. If there's like maybe something that's a 2-piece and you feel more comfortable in a 1-piece, it's okay to edit a costume and make it your own.
Hundo P.
You don't have to make you fit the costume. Make the costume fit you. You've got a style. You're gorgeous. You know, make it what you're comfortable with, what you're happy with.
And I was actually discussing this with the ladies of Kyoku Photography.
I love them.
Me too. I love them a lot.
I spent a whole weekend with them. We didn't murder each other, and I think that's a good thing.
It's really easy to like lose confidence in how you feel about yourself. And I know we host a lot of like body positivity discussions, but internally you go like, well, this is true for everyone but me. Like, and I mean it when I'm saying like, everyone, you can cosplay whatever you want, and then like inside I look in the mirror and go, except for you.
Don't do that.
And you need to not do that. So finding other people who know how you feel and using them as a sounding board can be really great and helpful and encouraging, because they know the struggles you're going through. And like I said, as I was talking with Kyoku about that I'm like, oh, I get really nervous about this type of cosplay. And they are the first people to be like, yeah, you can do it. It's okay. Like, please do it. and it makes me really excited. And they know that struggle of like sometimes body positivity is a day-to-day thing. Like some days I'll really be feeling it and I'll be like, yeah, I look amazing in this, and then other days I'm like, I don't want to look at a picture of myself in costume because I will just tear it apart. So yeah, sorry, I kind of went off.
You're
on that
good.
one.
You're
Oh,
good.
we've
I
got
had my
Sky,
philosophy moment, and Mercedes playing Sky, and we're all good.
Are you playing Sky, Mercedes?
I need to do the daily quest before I got too drunk and I couldn't fly in it.
Sweetie, you're all staticky again. Oh no, you're good. You're good now. Okay, we're good.
Don't move.
Don't. Yeah, stay like that for the rest of the live stream. Have fun.
Hard. Can't do that.
I
I
think.
know I can hear the static.
Yeah,
starting.
like it starts to like build up. Like
Why?
it's like a printer. It knows fear.
Is it because my phone is by it? I put it
Oh
on
my
my
gosh, yes,
computer.
that would be it. Oh my gosh.
It's my phone. That's not fair.
Okay. So one of the things that I've started to notice is
Look
that
at my handsome Ikemen. He's adorable. I love him.
Oh.
one of the things that I started noticing that I'm starting to do is the when I started doing the editing of my own voice, like it took me a while to get used to it. And I'm like at this point where it's like, gross, this voice is terrible. I never want to hear this voice ever again. It's that like in the mirror, except for you. Everyone could do this except for you.
Except for you.
Yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'll work on that. But it's like the more that I actually work on editing, or the more that I'm actually doing something that makes me uncomfortable, the more comfortable I become with it. It's not even a fake it till I make it. It's just persevere sometimes, as healthfully as you can. Like you got to know when to like take some self-care, take a step back.
Oh yeah.
Cuz that's going to be rough. That's going to be
Be nice
real
to
rough.
yourself. Give
Yeah.
yourself a break.
Yeah.
Play Sky.
I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna drink water.
Thank you. That's why your mic is bad. It's punishment. Says Vindictus.
Punishment.
I noticed as soon as you stop playing, it's like, oh, Mercedes, I can hear you.
I'm still playing. It's just over there while I'm waiting for my friends to get on and hold my hand so I can get that last quest.
Sadie already said so, and I'm still mad at Sadie for even bringing it up. Jaguar Quinn writes, it's just like any skill. Self-love is a skill that is taught, and it comes with practice and patience. Heck yes. I almost
That was
said my
very
favorite,
true.
one of my favorite catchphrases. But
Sadie is stomping at me in the game. She's mad at me.
Mercedes.
Have to drink. Mercedes mentioned Sky.
Son of a.
You love me.
So X Angel wrote into our Facebook, and is also here. So hey, have you guys ever considered creating / hosting a small con or event? Panin?
What?
Hannah knows how to do that.
Gosh. Yeah, I mean, the short answer is usually like yes or no. But yes, I've considered it for sure.
Well, I mostly am like poking fun at you because you helped start Bonsai. Like,
Yeah.
I did. Back when it was a wee little anime club back at Salt Lake Community College. But yeah, I definitely thought about it. There's even been like names passed around among friends going, we should do a con and this should be its name. And I'm like, yeah, but it's so much work. But doing an event, I wouldn't mind doing like a small event. Doing a whole convention again, I don't know if I'm ready to invest the like mental energy into that.
mm-hmm.
I definitely want to try like doing like cosplay contests, crafting contests,
Yeah,
even like
definitely.
look-alike contests, like
Yeah.
to celebrate those who buy their costumes because they should be celebrated too.
For sure.
And like stuff like that. I want to try
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Like, so yeah, the short answer is yes. The long answer is it's a lot of work, and when I feel like I have the mental fortitude, maybe. I feel like it can really stress friendships.
Oh,
Even just like
yes.
working on staff together can also be stressful. And the hard part is with Bonsai, like I love that we built this convention from the ground up, but I definitely both made and lost a lot of friends along the way. And going into something
How
like
was
that.
that sound, David?
It was me singing poorly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was
Um,
like, what?
I'm trying to give a serious answer here.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I guess like going into something like that, you have to be prepared, and I don't think I'm like ready to put a whole convention into it, but
Yeah.
an event would be really fun.
Yeah, no, I get that. And like at the height of our lockdown, I suggested we do like a cosplay competition all online. And like we approached the idea and we kind of like I felt like it was like the three of us sitting at a table socially distant looking at it going, well, who wants to touch it? I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. No.
Oh my gosh.
So like we were all just a little overwhelmed and like yeah, like what Bannon says is like
Oh my
it's
gosh.
it's stressful as f to get.
No, the pandemic has definitely been stressful for any kind of creativity at all. At least for me. I know a lot of people have thrived in this environment, but for me it's been like so stressful to even be like, "Hey, we need to remember that there's an episode this week." And I'm like, "You know what? It's really important that we put an episode out because people need a form of entertainment and an outlet and things right now." And I'm like, that's the positivity I can put into the world right now.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's really hard sometimes.
It is. And again, like all that self-care and whatnot is really important. I love the idea. I think that's just something that like with all of the things that we have going on right now, maybe this is like a huge Patreon goal. Like once we are really self-sustained on this show and like don't have to spend as much time prepping and getting everything ready and like maybe a few episodes ahead we can start focusing on that. But that is something else.
Would be nice.
Let's see here. What are you reading right now?
Oh,
My
I just finished Good Omens.
I have to bring up my phone right
So-
now, 'cause
I am
it's got all my-
rereading Sabriel, but that's because I'm gonna cosplay Sabriel this next year for the anniversary.
I'm currently reading Berserk. I'm like 160 chapters in, and oh my gosh, it's so good. I just couldn't put it down. And I'm also reading Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol, which is like I'm only an issue in. That's super weird. Trying to think of anything else that I'm reading. Oh, and I'm rereading Howl's Moving Castle. If you haven't read that book, it's so great.
I hear that one's fun.
Yay!
Nina!
Thank you. Forgot our fucking drink.
Wow,
Okay,
language.
I didn't say it, David.
Oh, okay. Well, help yourself in the fridge. Oh my god. Food tastes so good when you're drunk. So what am I reading right now?
Yes, what are you reading right now?
The short answer is a lot of gay Chinese crap.
What?
I know,
Excuse
it's
me.
shocking.
Nani?
Be right back. Does drinking make you have to like pee a lot?
It can.
I'll be
Yeah.
back.
You've been drinking a lot of water, so
I have drank a lot of water. I have not
Go
drinking
pee.
my new water yet though.
go pee.
But
So the long answer is a lot of. I just finished 3 novels by an author. The short answer goes by MXTX. So that's Scum Villain Self-Saving System. The Modao Zishe, which is The Untamed, is the live-action version. And the recent one that got an anime, which is Heaven Official's Blessing, or Tianguan Shifu. I don't know if I said that right. I might have butchered it. And then I recently started one called Chapeau Long, which is supposed to get a live action version coming up with one of the actors I like, Song Ji-young, who is in The Untamed. And then what's the other one I'm reading? The other one I'm reading is The Dumb Husky and His White Cat Shizun, which also is getting a live action version called Immortality. I would caution with all of these novels, they are quite explicit. Getting to know Pannon, she reads a lot of explicit content. I was looking at my like fan fiction tags, and I rarely read a fan fiction if it is not explicit.
You and
And I'm
Kaylin
not
should talk
ashamed
way
about
more
that.
often. You guys should
I
talk
know,
way more often.
I know. So lately, I've been reading a lot of Heaven Official and the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation fan fiction. What's the recent one?
Gamer says, gasp, not our sweet non-swearing Panon.
I know. It's always the quiet ones.
I was the quiet one.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not no more.
Yeah. So yeah,
so-
that's what's in my books.
So we're just about at the 2-hour mark. I figure we can do a few more Never Have I Evers. Maybe
Oh
wrap
my
this
gosh.
up.
Has it been 2 hours?
It has been
Yeah.
2 hours.
I'm sorry, people listening to this.
Get that nice ASMR of us drinking and crunching on fries.
Sorry, I'll lean away.
See what I have to put up with, you guys.
Oh my God.
Like,
French fries taste so good when you're
Oh, man.
drunk, though.
oh man, I love French
Oh
fries.
my gosh. Oh.
Oh,
Sadie asked a real good question.
if you were Pokemon trainers, what would be your Pokemon team? Like, if I had to make it off of a type?
So you can have 6, right?
Yes, you could have 6. I don't think you need to name all the Pokemon. Just like what is that? Isn't that the question?
I would be a ghost gym.
Bulbasaur.
Get out of my head!
No.
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur,
Ivysaur,
Bulbasaur.
Venusaur, and Arcanine.
Be
Jaguar
plant.
Quinn has been stating that she wants to see the Bulbasaur speak. So if you would grab one of the plethora of Bulbasaurs in your background, Mercedes, and just bring it to the camera, I'm sure people would appreciate that.
I like there's one there. There's one
Uh,
there.
dealer's
hang on.
choice. Dealer's choice.
I gotta get my favorite one.
Okay.
You gotta do a voice for it. Bulbasaur.
So if I can't, assuming that like we can't double dip on psychic / ghost type, I think I would go for water type because water type are really useful. And Squirtle, he my boy, he my big boy, and I love him.
I was gonna say definitely ghost type first, but electric second.
Yeah, that's right. Raichu's your favorite.
Raichu's my favorite, but like almost all the ghost types are secondary. So I love Haunter, Ghastly, what's the in between Haunter and Ghastly?
Ghastly, Haunter, and
Gengar?
Gengar.
Gengar.
I was like,
That one.
that's like the coolest one.
The like little candelabra one. There's so many good ghost type ones.
One of my headphones went out again.
But I also like electric types, so Raichu definitely favorite. I like all the evolutions of Pikachu, but I also like Jolteon.
That is
Look how
adorable.
cute he is.
I'm not too big a fan of Electabuzz, but if you gotta, I guess.
Oh man. All right. So, Annie Jess writes, "Do you have any cosplays you regret making, wearing, or existing?"
Oh gosh, Calhoun.
I'll let you two take it because I am nothing but regret.
Sergeant
emo
Calhoun.
heart.
I love that she happened and that I thought I looked amazing as her, but I hated so much that the costume just essentially fell apart.
I have a list of all the cosplays I've ever done. Hold on. And I can tell you how many I have
Just
regretted.
imagine pulling up this Google Doc.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So, top of the list, Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You've done Sokka?
I did,
Oh,
and I don't want to
Sokka.
talk about it.
Oh,
We are talking
let's
off
see.
air, that's for sure.
I know. We
yeah,
will
I
talk
need to know
later.
about this.
Where are we? I've got a whole bunch. Oh yeah, I did a bunch of Dragon Ball. It was Goku once. Toski from Fushigi Yugi. it was mostly because the costume finished. I was like, oh yeah, it's done, and then I was like, this is not good. This one time I did Laguna Loire from Final Fantasy VIII. Not a big fan of how that one turned out. I did Flame of Recca once.
Ooh. I want to clarify on Calhoun. I don't regret having created her and like cosplayed her. I just regret the whole aftermath of her falling apart, and I hate that so
That's
much.
fair, you know. Let's see.
The chat really wants to know the Sokka episode, and Sadie says it could be a
No,
whole
I
episode.
don't. I regret it. Let's see. I'm like scrolling through this, so I'm sorry for the like not very exciting.
Yeah, this is how long it normally takes us to record a 45-minute episode.
Let's see. Oh, when I did Kankuro from Naruto, I did like a couple versions of Kankuro. Like the face paint looked okay, and that was like the only thing. Some of these I'm like, did I do that cosplay? I don't remember that. I did Jessie from Team Rocket once.
What?
I know.
That's on
but
your regret list?
It's on the regret list because I used my own hair.
Oh, wow.
It was when I was like 18 or 19, and the costume itself turned out okay, but the hair was like Kool-Aid dyed my own hair.
I was curious how you dyed it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Wow. Absolutely wild.
Bet it smelled good though.
It smelled like Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Scott. I actually did cosplay from Scott Pilgrim. I cosplayed Roxy Richter. I don't regret that one because I was an awesome Roxy Richter.
That you'd be great, Roxy. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm slowly scrolling through this list. Oh, I did Vash the Stampede once. I would say I regret that. That one was fun.
I remember hearing about that one. I think I've seen a few pictures from your profile.
Oh, I was talking about this with Kyoku Cosplay the other day. One of the ones I regret. Because I get embarrassed really easily. I did a cosplay from an explicit yaoi series. And I won't say which one, but someone recognized me in it, and I got really embarrassed. Like, even though you're supposed to recognize someone in the cosplays they do, I was like, oh no, they know I'm from an explicit series. I'm super embarrassed. Which you shouldn't feel embarrassed. It was something that you like.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's fun. Do your thing. Yeah, like, there's definitely, like, going through my list, I'm like, there's definitely more that I have had a lot of fun in than that I have regretted. So, like, it's, like, maybe, like, 1 in 20 that I'm like, that one was, it was okay. But I still have, like, good memories in the costume either way.
I have not made as many costumes as you have. So, I think the ones that I regret are the ones that I started and then didn't finish.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
more so than the ones that I finished. Yeah, because I've really liked the ones that I finish.
Good.
Like, I think there's aspects of cosplays that I don't enjoy. Like, when I did Michael Carpenter, I hate the sword. I hate the sword so much because, like, I focus on, like, the one flaw that I can see every single time. Like, no matter what, when I pull up that picture, seeing that line where the seam is on the foam, it just makes me so mad every single time. But at the same time, like, I did the best that I could at the time with all the tools and the knowledge I have. Now I know how to do it way better. The hipster Flash that I did, I made, like, a cardboard box that looked like a record player, and that was a lot of fun. I regret not doing exact measurements because now, like, all of the seams are cattywampus. What else? Yeah, there's always except my Captain America cosplay, the pre-serum Steve. That's perfect. That's 100%. That's done. If
Good
I
one.
yeah, it's like it's baggy on me and it's taken in places but not well, and I just feel like it's so
But, like,
perfect.
It's accurate and amazing, and like that's so smart.
I loved. There was one time that when I was doing that at the con, somebody came up to me, and she looked me like dead in the eyes, and she goes, "Would you accept a button on the behalf of a charitable organization?" And I was like, I think I've told this story before, but I was like, okay. And she puts her hand out like this, like she's gonna drop something in it, and I take it. She puts it in my hand and then closes my fingers around it like so, leans in real close and goes, "Hail Hydra," and walks off into the crowd. And I look back, she's gone. She's 100% gone. And I open my hand and I have I don't know where the button is, but it's a Hydra button that was just like, oh, it was so good. It was such a great moment. I love that cosplay so much.
I don't know why I'm acting shocked because I've heard this story a bunch, but I love
yeah,
it.
I've told the story a lot. I know I
It's
have.
a good one. So good.
Okay. So long story short, Sokka.
Oh,
It's happening.
The reason I am like mortified of that costume is because I wore like a slightly tanner than my skin tone on it. So I feel like it was like race facey. I think I mentioned this in some of when we were talking about ethnicities and cosplay.
Sure.
And it has forever been one of my like very embarrassing. I don't like to talk about it. I don't feel any pride in that costume whatsoever. And it was only like a slightly tanner skin foundation, and I'm still like, that was not okay. Sort of a
Valid.
thing. So I don't. Yeah.
I don't think that there's anything like to feel really bad or regretful. Like you were like, oh man, that was in poor taste, and like
Yeah.
I don't think anybody here is gonna try and get you canceled because like you took a
I
step
think
back
I
and
you learned
recognized.
from
mentioned it a
it.
few times. Yeah, definitely learned from it. Yeah, not good times. I love Sokka as a character though. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Sokka's a great character. Like between Sokka and Zuko, like
Yeah.
I mean, just daddy issues, like right there. Like that's me in a nutshell.
Aw.
It's what I talk about all the time on the comic book podcast, Comic Trades Monthly. We just talk about daddy issues and inappropriate jokes. Like that's half the show.
One of my D&D characters is a daddy issue.
Oh no.
Is a
He's
daddy
called-
issue.
He's called Sad Dad.
Sad dad.
I love him. He's a
Oh,
monster hunter.
Mercedes.
That's
Aw,
so great.
Mercedes.
Do we want to wrap this up? It's 10:15 and we've been
We
doing
got
this.
any more questions we haven't done?
We've got a couple.
Any
Okay,
quick.
All right, lightning round, quick ones. We already did that one. What old cosplays would you redo with the knowledge and skill you have now? I would do Cleoth. I would do Cleoth over again in a heartbeat. I've learned so much.
I
Mm.
redid Shadow of the Colossus already, and I am gonna do it again because there's a remake. So,
Oh, that's hard.
also any
Um,
and all my Link costumes.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably one of my Link ones,
Mhm.
just because I know how to like make the props a lot better now, and even like the basic tunic stuff I've learned better techniques for.
We did
Jaguar
that
Quinn
one.
asks, "Have you ever cosplayed your own D&D character?" And if not, who? Oh, who would you? I'm guessing. There we go. I was confused.
I haven't cosplayed my own D&D character just because I don't really have very many.
I did the
but-
makeup for Ugarth on our makeup live
Oh
stream.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta
Um,
kind of be Ugarth.
But I have cosplayed my own
Uma.
OCs from some of those webcomics I was talking about that I did.
I mean, we've got this great
was bad.
great boy Rain from our patreon.com/cosplay Stitch.
Yay!
Smooth.
Someday I will learn to do like the face body paint well enough to do him justice.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
have no idea how to cosplay Tolan.
Do it
How-
anyway.
How do you choose cosplays?
Oh jeez.
Uh,
You don't choose the cosplay chooses you.
Not wrong. Not wrong. I was scrolling through Reddit, and I was looking at the Hollow Knight subreddit, and someone posted their fan art of the actual Hollow Knight, the titular knight, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like it's so evocative, and it spoke to me, and it was just like I need this in my life. and they weren't selling any prints or anything. So I messaged them and was like, "Hey, can I cosplay this?" And then they're like, "Yeah, as long as I get pictures." So that's how I've chosen that cosplay. I think Hipster Flash, it was not necessarily on a dare, but it was more along the lines of like, this is a work. The work is going to pay for your ticket to go to Comic-Con. If you do a cosplay competition here in the office, and like a bunch of people were like, Hipster Justice League sounds really great. We should do a Hipster Justice League. Yeah, let's do a Hipster Justice League. And so like Flash was the only character I really liked in the Justice League. He's probably one of my favorites in DC. And then Michael, like he's such a good man. Like I just want to be like him when I grow up.
He's a good guy.
And Cleoth, he's my baby. Those are my reasons why I chose those cosplays. And I'm Captain America. Like I'm clearly Pre-Serum Steve. That's yeah. Sorry, I talked a lot.
No, it's okay. You should talk a lot because I feel like I've been overwhelming it. For me, it has to be a balance of a costume I'm excited to do because of like the skill-based elements, but I also have to like them as a character. Because I really struggle to finish costumes when I don't have like an emotional investment in them.
Yeah, if you don't have that connection to the character.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's usually like it has to be one that like it sparks, I guess is the best way to say it. It sparks something in you where you're like, I both love this costume and I'm invested in this character. And that's what makes me want to do it. If I like hate the character, I would have a really hard time making the costume. If the character doesn't have like a personality, I think I would have a hard time doing the costume.
That's fair.
Which is why like I love the character designs in games like Food Fantasy. Just because they're so unique and they're so creative. But and I've done a couple of them, but I feel like it's dragged a little just because there's not quite as much story and characterization to base it off of, and I'm like, I love that. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
I like picking characters that make me feel good. Like, I feel powerful as Aloy. I feel like a hero as Link. I feel badass as Calhoun. I said a word.
You said it.
How dare you?
I did it.
Here I was thinking it would be me.
I feel ridiculously like handsome and silly as Break. Xerxes Break from
You
Pandora Hearts.
should.
I love him.
You are Suzy Break.
Yes. And just like, how do I feel as Sayaka? I feel Sayaka's got a lot of emotions attached to actually.
Get your phone off. Move your phone. Move your phone.
I dropped it.
Okay.
I don't know where it went.
It's fine.
Sayaka?
Sayaka's got a lot of emotions attached. She's got such a sad story, and I love her, and I also feel powerful and want to be the hero, but also she's so poorly misled and broken and gives so much of herself.
Yeah.
And,
definitely.
I'll go cry.
Oof, I definitely feel that.
Let's see. X Angel also writes, how open are you, and to an extension, listeners, so feel free, listeners, a huge group cosplay / pass the brush challenge featuring the Stitchers, the Seamers, and all the in-betweeners.
Oh, that would be so fun.
I would love that.
I don't have TikTok.
I am not part of the internet in that way, but I'm more than happy to learn. Like, teach me and I will learn.
It'd be fun. I know Rena did a little pass the paintbrush thing, and she's also started on TikTok, so she has.
She has. Yes, she can teach us how to TikTok. Like, that's just, oh man, we're so old. Let's see. There was some questions in the chat. Oh, excuse me. Last one from what was saved. What are your favorite dessert / baked goods?
Oh, that's a totally different thing than I was expecting. My favorite dessert is any kind of, well, chocolate in general, but chocolate cream pie.
Oh.
So good.
Peanut butter and chocolate.
Oh,
If you got
yeah.
something that has both of those in it. Oh.
Like Reese's? Reese's. all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely love Reese's. They are my go-to. But I think my wife makes these fantastic chocolate cookies that have like dark cocoa in the mix and then a Rolo in the center, and then when it's baked, all that like caramel, because it's pronounced caramel.
Kia makes cookies like that.
Yeah, those are some of my best favorite
So
things
good.
ever.
I got a wig hair in my burger.
Oh, tasty.
So gross.
I'd say that's fiber, but it's a wig hair. I'm proud of that
Boo.
one.
Why am I disgusting?
Boo.
I'm so
Boo.
proud of that.
Yeah, no, like that's one of my favorite things. Like I'm not a big dessert person anymore. But yeah, no, like it's so great. Let's see, there were some other questions in the chat. Wally or Barry? I believe I was Barry Allen, who's the technically the second Flash. Dream cosplay, beef jerky, and there's so much happened in chat, you guys. I'm so sorry, and I am not.
I want you to notice them, David.
I know why they want me to notice them, and they know what they did.
No, I had Kyoko cosplay texting me like, David saved you from questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
I'll just take his word for it.
Okay. David. I did notice you, and some of you, you know who you are. You know what you did. Also, like, this is the weirdest like thing I've never been like. Notice me. That's weird. All right. This is a new experience, and I thank you all for being here with me as I went on this face journey for it. I'm sorry for the people in the audience who are listening to this after the fact. But go to the YouTube. I'll upload this to the YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Upload to the YouTube.
Are we caught up on questions? Because I have to pee
I think
so bad.
I think that's the majority of the questions. There were a couple of repeats that we got, but I think we hit most of them.
I had like a weird one. That was just my own question that I wrote down here.
Yes, Gamer Otaku, we have a YouTube channel. We're terrible at posting stuff on it, but we do
Yeah.
post stuff on it.
So my like random question for you guys is, because we do a lot of cosplay horror stories. Do you have any actual horror stories of like supernatural stuff you've experienced?
Yep, 100%.
In cosplay?
Because I'm very much like the Shane of the like spooky stuff where I'm just like, meh. But I
The-
love to hear other people's
The
stories.
Greek restaurant that Sadie and likes to eat at with like our group of friends is haunted.
What
Well,
restaurant?
that's terrifying.
Was it the other place?
Sadie, what's the place called again? Answer
Okay.
me.
So while that's happening, so I was working at
That's
a call
not
center.
the name of it.
Well, we're waiting. Andy's.
It's in Ogden.
So I was working at this call center, and I was getting ready to work the night shift. I was a trainer at the time, and it was the one over by where you used to live, Panon. And the training area was right next to HR, but that was like a different section of where hiring and recruiting was. And to go to the bathroom, you literally had to badge in and badge out of a small area. And it was like all locked down, so that way you couldn't just like walk from recruiting into HR or vice versa. And like it was just this small little like cubby. And it's pretty loud. Like no matter what, you can always hear where the door opens and the badge beeps, like every single time. And I remember I'm there by myself. It's like 7:30 at night, so like everyone's gone. Nobody's there except for me. And I badged into the bathroom area, and it's one of those, you know, men's, women's, and then like in between is a drinking fountain. And I open up the door, and there at the drinking fountain, I watched that push handle push in and then stop. And then push in and then stop. And the water's going, and it's like this happens 3 different times. And I remember I'm just staring at it and go, well, I need some human interaction now. And I closed the door, I turned around, and I go away.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna put my headphones down because I have to pee and
You pee.
it cannot be held.
You pee.
Go, run, go fast.
Panan probably would like this podcast. I think I know this place formally, Matrix. Chris definitely knows where the place is. Yeah. Our mutual friend, X-Angel. Our mutual friend. Yeah. Not to expose any extra information. I was living upstairs, says gamer otaku, in this house, and I was there by myself. Like everyone else is out on vacation, and the lights downstairs just turns on by itself, no reason. Checked the whole house, no one else but me. I don't like it. I don't like the ghost stories. I believe in ghosts. I'm not a fan.
My mom, the house she grew up in, my grandparents' house, has always had a ghost in it. Like you do, you know. Some people move, like they change houses, you know. But this house is still there. And yeah, it's haunted. I've never seen or heard the ghost. The ghost, you could hear him running up and down the stairs, according to my mom, and like other family members as well. They've all heard and seen him. I never did. He'll shut doors. He never goes in the new part of the house, because it used to be like this, like the staircase would turn a little bit at the top and then go down, and now it's like 2 different landings. And there's like a whole extra section of the house added on.
Yeah.
But there's like one time where mom woke up in the middle of the night and she saw this kid. Gosh, dang it, Panan scared me. Wow, I'm telling a ghost story. Scared myself. Or
I missed it.
You walked in and you scared me for some reason. My brain was like, that door is behind me, but it's not, and I don't know why. My brain's garbage right now.
So even though I'm like the... Oh, no, tell your story.
Oh, yeah, I gotta finish the story. Okay, so, like, one night my mom, like, woke up, and there was a kid standing there, and she's like, who are you? And he said, Charlie, but it was, like, really garbled, and she couldn't tell. So they've always called this ghost Charlie. Well, with my grandpa's funeral and all that stuff going on, my mom was talking about him again, and there's, like, all these family members coming through, and one of them goes, I don't think that was Charlie. And they're like, what? And like they just discussed it, and it turns out Charlie killed like his brother. And that's who it was. I can't remember the actual name of the ghost.
Wow.
He pushed him down the stairs.
Whoa.
Oh. It's like, oh, that's why he's always on the stairs.
Well, do you know why, Mercedes, that like your mother couldn't understand what the ghost was saying? Do you know why?
Why? I'm waiting for this.
Because their phone was on the freaking microphone next to the microphone while they were playing Sky.
Rude.
So, despite being like the Shane of the group, where I'm like, "Come at me, goat man," with your spooky things, I have like some weird stories that I can't quite explain. And one of them was when I was doing an animation internship with a local studio, and I worked a 9 to 5 at the time, so I could only come and do like in-betweens late at night. So I'd go there like 7 to 10 sort of a thing. And it was in a building that used to be an old hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And it had turned into office buildings, but it was still like the same building. They hadn't built over it. It was just turned into office spaces. And like every so often you'd have to leave the office to go to like get a drinking fountain or go to the bathroom or anything. It was outside of the office. And it was down these hallways that were like weirdly unnaturally quiet, and there was nobody outside. And I was walking down the hall once to get a drink, and the drinking fountain just like before I even get to it like turned on and started going, and I was like, that's weird.
No.
And I walked over and I was like, it's still going, and I was like, that's really weird. But I go
Nope.
down and I take a drink on it, and like I walk away a couple of steps and I look and it's not plugged in and it's still going, and I was like, that's weird. And I just keep walking.
I don't like haunted electronics. No, thank you.
So there's one of my spooky stories.
I want to see a Furby turn on when it shouldn't.
Oh,
These days,
I have stories about that. Because, like, when my siblings and I were younger, we used to murder Furbies
David's
for
just like,
fun.
nope. You murdered Furbies for fun. You're
For
cursed.
fun. No, well, my brother did.
He's
He
cursed.
wanted to see how many ways he could
David
murder a
will come
Furby.
up.
And he'd, like, wire it from far away so that he could still hear the Furby going, even as it's, like, in flames.
Why?
Just because you can. So we saw how many ways you can murder a Furby, and I think we caught some of them on film, but that was the thing
Sounds
we
like
did
not
when
a
we
good
were
idea.
young. Murder Furbies. Well, it
I'm-
helped that my brother worked at like a Goodwill, so all the people were like, I don't want these anymore, and he was like, I could get them for $1 each.
Okay, so that was a thing that I had to experience. Yay! Okay, I think that's more or less it.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, we went on.
We went on for cool. So let's do the wrap up thing.
Yeah, so since you just heard our stupid horror
Our
stories,
actual horror stories.
if you want to share, I mean, you can share one of those. I want to read it. But if you have like a cosplay horror story, that'd be fun. If you want to just share how you're doing at home, if you have
Do a
any
happy
episode ideas, a
story.
happy story, you can send those to us at cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com
Or you can go to the website, cosplaystitchandseam.com, and fill out the Google form there,
Or you go to our Facebook page, and we'll see how long I can do this while slightly tipsy. Go to our Facebook page and join our Work in Progress Wednesdays. We have some awesome people there and an awesome community that's always trying to boost people up, trying to support people, and show each other love, especially on our Work in Progress Wednesdays. But that's also where you can send us your cosplay horror stories. If you want to continue supporting us, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/cosplaystitch. Join our I opened my eyes, and I am dizzy now, and I have lost my train of thought. You can join our Patreon at $3. You get a shout out on the show, and at $5, you get to join our online D&D game. So I want to give a shout out to some awesome people.
You looked off in the distance there. Do you have a list?
I do have a list of. I'm not gonna finish that quote from Bo Burnham's What. It was so funny. We just finished like doing an episode, and then Hot Riku joined us. So I felt really crappy not being able to call out Hot Riku. Hot Riku, Renamira, Jazzy Kofed, Jaguar Quinn, Gloria Shu, Sudi, Stacy Pitt, Shock H, and Silver Deeds. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much.
Silver Deeds,
Yeah.
dumb, cheap.
If you don't want to support on Patreon, or if you just wanted to pay like a one-time thing, we do have a coffee account. KOFI, Cosplay Stitch. But what if you don't have any money? I hear you saying, and that's totally valid. These are hard times. Capitalism is not a fun thing here in America. But you can always just share the podcast with a friend. I'm sure that somebody's going to appreciate this because it's not going to be me when I'm sober tomorrow. And you can also leave us a review on Apple Podcast or Stitcher. We'll give you a shout out on the show when we see that done. And because Apple Podcast is weird, tell me if you left one and we haven't read it, because I will happily read it up. Yeah, I think that's my spiel. I think that's it.
Yay! Thanks as always to Macy Roberts for the use of her theme song, and
Love you,
David
Macy.
Jeffress for I apologize for the appalling amount of editing you're going to have to do for this episode.
I ain't doing any
Please.
of it. I ain't doing anything.
No.
This is going out to the masses.
Please tell us about what is going on your podcast right now.
Dungeons and Chill has just
Thank
done.
Good Jaguar Quinn.
Look,
Sorry.
Interrupted.
I was being dramatic and everything.
I'm so
Ugh.
sorry. Jaguar Quinn is saying nice things.
Jaguar Quinn does that a lot, and I'm very appreciative. Curse of Strahd, Dungeons and Chill. That's where you can find the Curse of Strahd game. The second episode will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. It's interesting. It's fun. There's a lot of stuff going on. If you like vampires and you like dice, it's there. Comic Trades Monthly is my monthly book club podcast. So if you like talking about comics and you enjoyed me like breaking off into a philosophical tangent, that's all the show is. And daddy issues and toilet humor. That's what it is.
I
So
love all of those.
yeah,
I love it.
that's me.
Nice.
Gamer
nice.
Otaku, I will do a caffeinated episode.
So, Mercedes, have you ever thought of making a belt out of cardboard?
Oh no. Oh
well,
no.
you shouldn't, because it would be a waste of paper.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
That's terrible.
All right, you
Okay.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you for tolerating us.
Love you.